Welcome, everybody, to the Making Awesome podcast. This is episode 225. Not the topic we were expecting to play this week, but hey, here we are. We're going to be talking all about the creative freedom that creators have, their ability to speak freely, and not get threatened by companies. And this all comes from a post from the Print House on YouTube where they've quoted an email from Elyarchi about the Alchemist Kickstarter, where they have a review unit, they've been through it, they've had problems, and they've, as far as I'm concerned, were much nicer about that printer than I would have been. We're not okay with that. We've got some other evidence to share with you all and want to get everyone's opinion on this. And so you've got a content creator, right? You also have Jacob as not only a content creator, but a 3D printer manufacturer here as well.
Yep.
So, you know, we've got some fun things and a manufacturer that has sponsored me as a creator before. So you guys have some interesting stuff here, so lock in. This one's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of opinions in this, so I'm going to be upfront on this in that everything in this is an opinion. It does not represent anything particularly. If anything appears that we are acting defamatory, we're not. I'm not entirely certain that companies often know what the term defamation even means, but we're going to get into it. But legal disclaimer, First Amendment for me.
Yeah, we don't get that over here.
This is the one time where I win. It's the one time where I win because I have the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, freedom of press.
Well, that's what makes it even more interesting, because even though the UK doesn't have freedom of speech, well, technically we do. It's just not freedom of reparations for saying stupid stuff on the internet. It does mean, like, as a company and a person, you can't just spout random nonsense. It has to be either fully opinion or factual. You can't just start saying this person did this, because that's hearsay, and hearsay does not, it's not covered by freedom of speech,
right?
Because it could impact them. So it's quite an interesting area where we've got your First Amendment, which allows you to say what you want, but from a business case, I see what's going on and I go, that would never fly over here.
Yeah. Skates, says freedom of speech, just watch what you say. Yeah, I would say that even the freedom of speech here is heavily being challenged currently. And if you guys hang out to the end, we have some fun news to share with you about what is coming in the next couple of weeks for the show. I think you all are going to enjoy it. Before we get too deep into it, let's hit that billing department. Thank our sponsor, Construct 3D, who makes the UK's fastest 3D printer, the first bamboo 3D printer. And if you want to get one of them, you can check them out. Links are in that description, construct-3d.com. And if you happen to be a web developer and you want to help rebuild that website, email us, youtube@3dmusketeers.com.
Yep.
You better include a portfolio, because we're not going to waste our time.
I was literally just complaining to Grant last night that I
why
have to
I'm
do
adding
almost
this in
everything
there.
on the website,
And
the website is ass.
And that's why I'm adding this bit in there, because I can. It's my show. Well, it's our show. And we do what we want. And since it's coming out of America, it's the one time where America actually matters. We've also got Printed Solid, who is our filament sponsor. You can enter to win in the pinned chat message. Don't forget, these streams come to you ad-free as well, so if you do want to support us, you can do so by kicking a couple of bucks into that chat. And if you got a specific question or a comment that you want, that is the easiest way to get our attention, because, oh boy, this one's going to be Jacob and I having a live conversation. We have done everything in our power to talk about it as functionally little to each other as possible.
Yep.
So that we can spend this having an actual conversation about this with you all as well. So there's really nothing that's going to be fake here.
If you weren't getting the subtext, this is the Grant rant warning. This is it. There will be Grant runs. There will be Lord lectures.
There would be
it will
Lord
be coming in
lectures
this
and
one.
Grant rants. Yes, yeah. If you came here and do not want a Grant rant and a Lord lecture, likely at the same time, find another episode.
Yeah, this is not the chill episode today.
No,
Absolutely not.
this episode is going to be heated. If you are a content creator, I see YGK is hanging out in here as well. The print house is here. I think that means we just said his name 3 times so he shows up. Yeah, so we've got a couple of creators here that have Elyarchi printers. We are not one of those creators, and we will discuss why, but yeah, pick up some printed solid filament made in America if you want to get some shirts. I finally fixed the link. The link has been wrong for like 4 weeks, and I'm an idiot. It's shop.3dmusketeers.com if you want to get some awesome merch. David Connor Shover, 18-pound brisket in the smoker. You son of
Oh, god
bitch.
damn it. We are 0 minutes into this show and we're already talking about food.
But it's a brisket, all right? You can't.
I could go with a brisket right
All right,
now.
Mr. David Connor Shover over here. I'm gonna need some photographic evidence of this brisket when it comes out of that smoker, because we're gonna just... It's gonna be way after the show, to be clear, but I gotta see how you make your brisket. Okay, I gotta see the outside bark and I gotta see the inside, and then we're gonna decide if you're good at making brisket. We got a thing here in the South for our brisket. Okay, Amber likes her if you make lean brisket, so help me God, I will leave.
Okay. Look, I might be
Untrimmed
British,
in
but
about
I know what...
3 hours untrimmed. He said, "Now that's my man right there."
Good. Like, I might be British, but I still know what good food is. And if you make lean brisket, what the hell are you doing with your life?
Yeah, honestly, brisket's not about being healthy. It's about being tasty. Anyways, jumping into this. So, talk about a butterfly effect, right? So, the Print House, a content creator with about 31,000 subscribers as we're talking about this, got an Elyarchi Alchemin, released a video, had literally less than 1,000 views on it, and they weren't immediately positive. They were talking about all the issues they had with their machine. They were giving an honest feedback opinion on it. They discussed their communications with Elyarchi, and
for anyone that hasn't watched it, it is a very good video.
Very
it is not
good video.
a Slate the Printer video. It is just a...
Honestly,
I'd almost call it an engineering analysis video. It's closer to one of them, where it's just factual. It is, here's my problems, here are the things I liked about it. The overall tone was hope.
It's clean.
Like, it was hopeful for it. It's a really nicely well-edited, well, like, produced video. And it doesn't make you go, oh, this guy was really against, like, the company or... No, it's a good video. It was actually quite positive towards Elyarchi in general.
It gives them way more benefit of the doubt than I would have ever given them. So to be clear, and they got an email from Elyarchi that is effectively threatening that if you don't take this down, there's going to be problems. I'm gonna read to you the exact text that the Print House put up there 2 days ago, saying, "Oh, screw you, Elyarchi. After 196 emails of respectful cooperation, Elyarchi flipped on me for posting a truthful video about their broken Kickstarter printer. I trusted them despite all the issues, and this is what I get." In quotes. If the video is not removed, I will be forced to escalate the situation by reporting the issue to YouTube and informing our industry contacts and other brand partners of this breach of professional conduct. The Print House goes on to state that they spent well over 30 hours debugging efforts for what? A measly $500 fee, of which they paid $100 so far. So, real quick, those are threats. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances is that appropriate. And good on you, Print House, for actually putting this out there. other creators might have just said, oh, you know what, I'm not dealing with this. I not only want you to keep your video up, I want one of the mods to post the link to their video in the chat right now, so the over 100 people that are watching us live can go, whether they want to do it while we're talking or not, and understand that the video that the print house put out was so much nicer than one that I would have put out. And if a company sent that to me, where they're reporting the issue to YouTube, YouTube doesn't care. They're well within exercising their First Amendment protected right. And industry contacts? What industry contacts? Play this game. Really, this is the F around and find out game. This is literally the butterfly effect happening live. We had a completely different show planned for you all today that did not involve this at all. In fact, it was actually going to focus a lot more on Luke's lab with his now successful Kickstarter for the Pika Hot End and talking about the value in that, which I'm sure at some point we will. But you want to know how you derail an entire show and get us to talk about something like this? You threaten a creator. That is a threat.
Like this post, like this response from Elyarchi.
Or the Streisand effect, excuse me, not the butterfly effect. It's Streisand effect. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm having a day.
But no, like this post made me angry. Like I was just telling Grant before we went live, before we clicked the button, that I just had my shower, hence my hair is a little bit moist. And I was sat in the shower just going, I can feel myself working myself up just thinking about the topic. Because it's bad for business. It's bad for consumers. It's bad for people. It's bad for the YouTubers. It is literally big boot little person scenario where they are just throwing their weight around, and it is.
And what weight? What industry contacts? Hey, Elyarchi, if you're gonna throw around your industry contacts, why don't you tell them to avoid me too? Because if they're going to listen to you after threatening a creator like that, then I don't want to work with them either. Okay? I want to be very clear. We as a channel, 3D Musketeers, will not work with companies that provide empty threats like that. That's not how this works. It's why we won't work with Bamboo.
They don't even need to be empty threats. It's a threat. You don't threaten content creators. Obviously, it's an empty threat. They've got nothing towards them. Like, they're a small company. They purged the internet of their last machine. Like, it doesn't matter. What matters is, though, they're bullying. It's just open bullying. And I thought as a community, the industry as general went past that. Like, this isn't big industry where we're making weapons and all this, where that pressure does kind of mean something because it's all cloak and dagger. No, this is a community. And as a community, we learnt from previous failed Kickstarters that you don't bully your creators because it's just bad for business.
You don't.
Not even like bad for the community, bad for business. And they were like, I don't care. I just don't get it. It could just be one guy having a bad day writing an email. I doubt it, but
here's where it gets worse.
It frustrates me.
I've also dealt with this from Bamboo, right? I've dealt with threats from Bamboo where they've written public blog articles about us, and that ultimately got us death threats. Okay? So, like, and mind you, Bamboo was smart enough to make it more than vague, but if you add timetables together, there's only one person they could be talking about. It's me. And it's not about me being vain. I don't think the song is about me. Just, move on from that.
It was very obvious.
It was very obvious it was about me. And while I still have a sour taste in my mouth, that put me on a warpath. A warpath when a company is going to threaten me, and then their users are going to come and threaten me. If they wanted to play F around and find out Florida Man Edition, I welcome them to show up to my house. I welcome them. Anyways, when companies do this, as a creator, it is... I mean, there are emotions that happen, right? The first wave is the, oh shit. Right? What did I say? Did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Did I violate a law that I'm not aware of? And then you're quickly analyzing every second of your video. And when you realize you did nothing wrong, you realize they're threatening you. Now you're pissed. Now you're pissed because they're just not happy with what you did. And so they're trying to throw their weight around as a company with a $77,000 Kickstarter. Ooh, so scared. You know, like, I'm sorry, there's nothing there. And then it gets picked up by the internet. You post about it, gets picked up by the internet. I'm gonna be straight. I had no idea who the print house was until this got posted in our Discord, and then I went deep.
Exactly the same.
I went deep, and I'm sorry. I do like your review. I'm gonna be very clear. You're. And I don't even know if I would call it a review. It's more of a overall.
I think analysis is closer.
Analysis
like an
great.
analysis of the overall product.
Right? Like, I don't watch a lot of videos from this industry, and I do that deliberately because I don't want the opinions of other creators to impact my opinion, our opinion as a channel, or anything like that. Right? So watching your video, I watched YGK's video on it. I watched God. Not Chris Baseman.
You can see the cogs turning.
Yeah. Edutech, Jim.
Not the printer behind
Jim, it was Edutech.
It's the brain.
Yeah, yeah, Jim Edutech, I watched his video on it. And the interesting thing is, if you're not YGK, your video has, like, no views on this. So, okay, YGK, we get it. You have better editing than the rest of us. You're in the chat, so I'm giving you the credit where it's deserved, but I'm also kind of giving you the middle finger on this because your editing is very good and I wish mine was this good, and your shots are very good. No one else did anywhere near as good of a job on the editing and the shot placement as you did, so yeah and yeah. It's lovingly, okay? This is a loving middle finger, to be clear. And so nobody else's videos got a ton of views. YGK's were the only, haha, thank you, Grant. YGK's video is the only one that has any amount of views that are substantial, right? Everybody else's are, well, they're
good for a no-name printer brand trying to make a video.
Everyone else's videos are more conversational.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing to point out. We are very conversational here. We prefer to have longer videos where we can, if there's a conversation that can be enjoyed from it. Oh, the next layer got a lot of views. Yeah, that's fair, but his videos always get a lot of views, and I'm leaving it at that. I like I said, I don't really watch videos in this industry because I don't want my opinion to be tainted here. But like, dude, so I would have to see the contract and YGK, the print house, whatever. I'm sure you all signed a contract. If somebody wants to send that over, I won't say who sent it over, but if someone wants to send that contract over, I will very kindly read out if there is a non-disparagement clause and read it out. But see,
and remember, unless the NDA says you can't show the contract, you can show the contract. Most NDAs
whoever
don't
wants
have
to
that
send it
clause.
to me, it came from a unnamed third party. Like I'm sorry, we have multiple people that have these machines in our chat right now. It could come from anybody. Hell, Elyarchi could just drop it in my email. Who knows? I hope they're watching this. I want them to watch this. I want them to realize that they have literally made this problem worse on themselves. And
yeah, from a business perspective, like, I'm a company. I will now never do any dealings with that company. Like, straight up, they're on my black book. That behavior towards just people in general, it doesn't even need to be creators.
It's dirty.
Just that behavior of, we can throw our weight around because we've got a bit of money or we've got a bit of clout, is so disgusting in our eyes. It has immediately blacklisted anyone at that company from ever working with us. I don't care if they leave. If we ever see there's a trace to Elyarchi, you're burnt. It's as simple as that. We do not want that type of behavior in this industry, and we will stand by that. Even if there's good engineers and they were cheaper than the rest and all that. No, they're gone. I'm sorry. We don't appreciate that level of of behavior,
Yeah.
and it takes a very hard look at yourself to go, oh, we fucked up, and they will not do that. And it takes an even harder amount of effort to work back the trust that has been lost with a single message. And that is like the main thing. Like, building a brand is probably the most important thing when you are selling a product. It doesn't matter if the product is successful. It
Yep.
matters about the brand behind it. So, like, obviously, I'm Construct 3D. We do not sell massive numbers. What we do pride ourselves on, however, is the quality we put into the brand and the ethos behind it. We have spent more money than you can imagine, probably more money than the profit we've ever earned, building the quality of the brand to say, we are this person. We are the ultra genuine. We will say when something is wrong, even if it means we earn less money type of company. We will openly do mass recalls if we were like, oh, there's a minor problem. Like, that's the type of company we are. And we can lose that all with a single message.
Oh yeah.
That's how hard it is to build brand awareness and brand trust. And Elyarchi have just blown theirs entirely out the water. Any goodwill they had has disappeared.
And the problem is that unless, so like, you know, so like YGK, I would love if you would put out something about this too. Anybody with this machine, I think it is important that your audiences also know. If someone wants to ask the next layer as well, I don't talk with him very much. I do agree that his video felt more like a sales pitch than an actual either review. I watched a few minutes of it. I didn't really get deep into it, but it felt more of a sales pitch. I'm not going to reach out to those other people. If you all want to, I think it is important that we share around what this company is, because as far as I'm aware, is their Kickstarter still going on?
I think it's ended. I think it ended with about £50,000 or like $60,000 to $70,000.
Ah, shit, it did
But
end.
I will check that up now.
I
So the
I
thing that
thought we were going to
I'm
be
not
able to
sure
save
about, when
people.
did it end? When did it end?
Uh,
How many days ago?
I don't know. It doesn't say. Hilariously, their super early bird still has ones left.
Actually, here's a really good thing you can check. So this is what not a lot of people realize. How many of the next tier got sold? The one that is exactly the same but slightly more expensive.
One.
They padded their numbers. That's the instant way you can check if they pad the numbers on a Kickstarter, because nobody that does a Kickstarter will buy a more expensive thing
Okay, they don't
for
need.
no benefit.
They don't need. Well, someone might click the wrong thing. They didn't need to pad their numbers. Their Kickstarter only had like what, $1,000 thing. Like they. Ugh.
Well, there
there's.
is a benefit to having more money because it gets put on Kickstarter's radar and it gets published higher. So you get this kind of compounding amount of money that starts building. Like, it's not great. It's not a good system, but it's what Kickstarter is about. So just in general, if you do see like a load of the early birds aren't sold, but then some like the super expensive ones are, it gets very easy to go, huh, maybe they started buying the more expensive ones internally. Because bear in mind, we had to look at that.
Yep.
I bought my own printer just mostly to see if the payment processor worked. So one of those sales on our Kickstarter was me.
Which means you
But
lost like what, 10% on
4%.
that?
Yeah, it was about 4 to 10%.
Yeah.
But that's it. So for like $30, I can increase my number by 3 grand. Like, we didn't do it more than once because we just need to make sure the payment processor worked, because I don't trust online payments when I set them up myself. It's just about good security on that. So test it before you go
Yep.
live. But
Everyone should.
it's just, you can pad your numbers on Kickstarter, and it
It's
wouldn't
not like
surprise me if some of these were padded.
it's not like they're launching as the Yuffie make E1 and getting $11 million in 24 hours. By the way, did you see the price of the ink on that? Holy shnikes. It is
No, how much is it?
it was $42 for 100 mil, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, it was
oh.
$42 for 100 mil of white. The ink for my full color $70,000 3D printer that I think is very expensive for the ink is 28 cents a milliliter. They're at 42 cents a milliliter. The money was never in the product, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and you know what? This gets worse with Elyarchi because all of a sudden the comments got brigaded in the print house as well.
Yeah.
So the print house.
We also have the print house mentioning
Yeah,
that
he's
his
in here.
video was made quick and it was launched 36 hours to the end of the Kickstarter.
Yeah,
That is important.
yes.
Because my gut feeling is if he launched it at the end of the Kickstarter, he wouldn't have got that message.
To be clear, since you made it quick, I'm going to expect YGK results out of you for the next one that you make.
Oh, yeah.
Because now you're just saying you rushed it. Now I'm going to expect YGK level results and when you don't rush it. No, I'm joking.
I will say I subscribed to you because I liked the quality of your videos. And that is, I don't subscribe to many people. I have a very curated subscriber list, and you've now made it.
Are you subscribed to us?
Yes.
Okay. It would be very funny if you did it. For now says I will never touch YGK 3D quality. Never say never. Never say never. All we need is we need I think it's Taylor or YGK. We just need him to have a really bad video, then the rest of us can say we have his quality. See that's what's needed.
That's marketing.
But I got some DMs here of comment brigading from no-name channels saying the video quality is terrible and you mispronounced the brand name. How can you charge for this? The video quality is disappointing. If you can't even pronounce the brand name correctly, how can you charge for this? The video quality is really disappointing. Mispronouncing the brand name, how can you even charge for that? Those are bot comments. There's no fundamental way that comments have... Those are 3 comments that have the exact same setup. They're bot comments. This is what comment brigading looks like, and it gets further. Not sure how this person is a paid blogger. Seems like anyone can be a paid blogger nowadays. This just shows how low it can go. This blogger really missed the mark. I can't believe this guy is a paid guru. And I told the print house, screenshot every single one of them, then delete them. Because it's comment brigading. Quite frankly, that in and of itself is a huge issue. It's a huge issue. Now, comment farming happens all the time. We see this. We see it in our comments. I'm Steve Builds, who just popped in. A lot of creators, we get just a random flood of comments. And it's normally about a printer that we're not even talking about in the video. So a company just paid a marketing agency to go put comments on all these YouTube channels about their specific machine. It is very... Oh, he's throwing them up on the screen.
That was supposed to be behind me, but there we go. An attempt.
An attempt was made.
An attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed.
Well, that's your fault, not mine.
There we go. That's what I need to do. Oh,
no.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I need to do.
No, it's still only half your screen, homie.
There you go.
Nope, keep going. Your entire body blocks it now. No one can see it.
See, I thought I was going to do something really neat where I can now separate the foreground and the background so I can have things behind me and then not cut me off and all of that, but now it's completely illegible.
Yeah, you're working way too hard on this.
It is so illegible.
So to have comment brigading that is just personal attacks at a content creator is... It doesn't happen.
See all these emojis?
Like,
they're all the same. That's one of the clues. Like,
no,
people don't do this.
The formatting is all the same. The big clue is that the formatting is all the same, right? Like, I've had videos. You're showing our notes on the screen.
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Okay.
I know. There we go. I forgot the
Good
main
thing
one is
we
also a screen
redacted
share.
that thing in the notes.
I know. I was prepping for
very
it as
much
well.
just leaked what we're doing. Professional content creators, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, we are professionals.
Remember, I run a company. I'm a big name. Yes, I know what I'm doing. Yes, that was intentional.
Very intentional. So, anyways,
Oh, it's okay. We didn't
like,
get onto food. It's fine. We're still above
we
our
started on
quality.
food. So we've had hate comments, right? Like a lot of our videos where we are critical of bamboo get a lot of hate comments, but they're all different. Although a lot of them tend to attack me for when my hair was long. They called me trans, they called me gay, they called me all these different things. They called me a woman. And you know what? Man, I feel like a woman. Bum, bum, banana, bum, bum. No, that's all I got for you today.
We need an April Fool's like musical number from you next time. Just like a full like 1.5 hour musical just from you.
You don't want to hear my voice for an hour and a half like that.
Dress, yeah, but we have to dress you up as well, like full dress set.
It's just gonna be me
different change of clothes.
It'll just be me singing to the cat for an hour and a half. Don't worry about it. Speaking of which, I'm going to a musical in a couple of weeks. I'm very excited for it. It's a Little Shop of Horrors in Denver, Colorado. I'm very excited. After Rocky Mountain Rep Rap, Amber got tickets, and we're gonna go see Little Shop of Horrors. I love that movie. It's a phenomenal movie. Highly recommended. The tickets were not cheap, but it's totally worth it. I'm very excited. Anyways, unrelated topic. But, you know, we've had a lot of hate comments, but they're not like this, where they're all formatted identical, right? They're making personal attacks. They're telling me I'm a hack, yada, yada, yada. Never anything like that, where they're all formatted the same.
There's brigading, where just lots of people do the same thing. This is more just botting, just straight up very blatant.
Yeah.
They couldn't be bothered to pay more to get more varied hate comments. They just got the basic tier bot, and they're like, yeah, just spam them with that.
That's which is funny. There's like tiers of hate bots.
Well, have you never seen them before? There 100% is. You can buy like different tiers, and you can tell them what to say and everything.
Wait a minute. So I can buy hate comments for my own channel?
Oh, the cool thing is it still counts as engagements. So YouTube then starts putting it higher.
Wait a minute. So the video of Grant reads mean comments, I could be the person that writes those mean comments so I could have a funny video?
Yep.
Yeah, by the way, there is going to be a whole video of Grant reads mean comments. That does not mean to leave mean comments so they get in the video. Dev miner. It does not mean to leave mean comments, but there will be one at some point. Soon TM. Layers with Lily. Oh, first off, Dale Blackburn with the £2. Thank you. Said hi to Florida Man and the Lincoln Lad. I like that.
Thank you very much.
Lad. I'm here for that.
Makes me feel young again. I like that.
I'm 10. How old are you?
27.
I'm almost 10 years older than you.
Well, let me break your worldview. I'm 1 year away from being classed as middle-aged. 1 year.
I'm just going to take this back to a One Piece. See, he's gone now. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Just do the math. Do the math. When you put all time into a big timeline and you quartile it, yeah, 40 is the middle of like middle-aged, but that doesn't mean 38 is middle-aged. It's a boundary, and 28 to like 42.
Steve is telling you to be quiet. He said shush. And when Steve Builds tell you to stop it, you stop it. Marcel with the €6. Thank you very much. I was getting to something with Layers with Lily. Give me just a second. She put an Audrey 2 thing in there, and that lets me tell a tangent story. So hold on. Little Shop.
So you're going to tell a tangent story after our tangent story?
Yes. Did you see the drag queen who used 3D printing in her Audrey homage dress? It looked amazing. She 3D printed her hands, so it was an illusion. She used her hands to 3D control the other heads with her actual arms. Oh, God, that would be so cool. Uh,
That
I
sounds
have not
amazing.
seen that. I need to see that. So Lily, please send that in the Discord and tag me in it so I can see that, because that is amazing. And this brings me to my outdoor cat, the late Audrey 2. Because we found her amongst Amber's plants in the backyard, and she just loved to be lounging around the plants. She was an older cat. Uh, Found her. She was with us for a couple of years, and unfortunately, kidney failure. I think she turned orange, which I'm fairly certain
Oh,
means kidney failure. Is it kidney or liver?
no, could be. I think it's liver.
It could be liver.
I
Okay.
think it's liver failure.
Anyways, there was nothing we could do, but we named her Audrey 2. And when we went in to the vet for the first time when we got her, or when she found us, they're like, "What happened to Audrey 1?" I said, "Oh, man-eating plant." And they're like, "Excuse me?" I'm like, "You've clearly never seen the movie." Okay. Well, damn it. So, yeah, absolutely love Little Shop of Horrors. If you've never seen that movie, watch it and realize that all the scenes, it's all practical. There's no animation. It's all practical. And the scenes where the puppet of Audrey 2 is moving, it's all done at super slow speed. I think it's either super slow or super high speed. And the actors had to change their movements. I believe it was done in super slow speed, so the puppet could look like it was moving
I think I
fast.
remember seeing. I think Corridor. Yeah, Corridor Digital. I think they broke down that
It
scene.
might have been Corridor Digital. I've seen it a couple of times. The way that they did that movie is tremendous and could basically
It's
never be
phenomenal.
redone these days. Truly a phenomenal movie. If you like musicals and you don't know Little Shop of Horrors, you're missing out. You're just missing out. Go watch it. R.I.P. to Audrey 2, but huge ups to the Faithful Friends Pet Crematorium in Zephyr Hills, Florida, who not only knew the movie, absolutely loved it, and were very, very kind to us as we were getting Miss Audrey taken care of on her final cross of the Rainbow Bridge. Audrey 2 is back outside amongst Amber's plants in a 3D printed urn, and it also has a clipped ear because she had to get her ear clipped when we got her fixed. So, David Connor Show with the $5. Daniel Deslantis with the Canadian tenor saying, "Thanks, Grant and Jacob, for entertaining us." Well, if nothing else, at least we're entertaining.
Yeah, I've been very entertained listening to Grant tell this really nice story as the chat is just constantly talking about age. I've completely derailed chat from listening to anything we're talking about.
It's fine. They don't listen to us like 90% of the time anyway, so it's totally fine. And so since we're on a bit of a nicer subject, let's congratulate Luke's lab real quick.
Yeah.
Like, Luke, fully funded Pika Hot End. It is happening. I was in a meeting and I missed the super early bird on it. So I missed a spare nozzle, but it happens.
It happens. But no, honestly, massive well done to you. Like, you deserve all the success you get. So honestly, feel proud, revel in it, because soon the hard work is going to hit you hard.
I mean, he bought a Swiss mill for this, or Swiss lathe for this, so I am very excited. I am debating on how I want to back. I'm gonna back. I don't know if I want one or I want more than one. Because yeah, like, I mean, I only have one bamboo.
Nice.
So the thing is, I only have one bamboo machine, but I'm moving to take the +4, and there might be some other +4s coming, to move them to bamboo hot ends. I'm like, well, I want them to be Pikas, right? Like, wouldn't I?
I mean, Pikas look like the superior bamboo choice at the moment.
I think so. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love. Is it running right now? It is. Yeah, my bamboo with the E3D high flow obsidian. But like, hey, you gotta enjoy
Even
it
more
where
flow.
you can.
Even more flow from Pika though.
Yeah, which is just incredible to me that that's even like remotely possible. And it is amazing to see, like, okay, UV Make got $11 million funding. Ooh, fancy. No, Luke got fully funded, and it was within 24 hours, I believe.
Yep. I'd like to know how long, because I want to say it was within 8 hours, but I don't know the numbers.
Well,
I
if it was
saw it, and
within
I'm like, with
24,
the
we're
rate
still
it was
right.
going. But no, honestly, very impressive. Like, seriously impressive.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for him.
Luke did it right. Now, this is a small business doing Kickstarter the way that it should be to create a product the way that it should be. A+, 100%. Very happy for you, Luke. You got this, buddy. Nomad's Galaxy says hi from Printed Solid. Are you working today? I don't know.
Is this a tax-deductible donation?
It might be. And then Mitch with the $5 says ADHD for the win. Yeah, if you didn't expect ADHD craziness, you came to the wrong channel. We love Printed Solid. Of course, if you want to enter to win some Printed Solid filament, you can do so in that pinned comment. So yeah, back on topic here. You are a printer manufacturer, Jacob. You guys make printers. They are much more expensive. He's working on a Saturday. That's gross. And it's Sunday. I said Saturday. I don't know why. But so Jacob, you are a printer manufacturer.
Yeah.
You guys make printers that are more expensive than the Alchemin.
And in reality, that should mean we should control our media much stricter.
Yes, because
we are the premium tier. We're the designers type of printer. If you go to like a jewelry company and they do marketing, they are exceedingly strict with what can and can't be said. It's basically
we've gotten contracts like that are like, you cannot post anything that is remotely
negative
not,
or this
not
word
positive.
List and
and you have to send the videos for approval. Anytime a company requires approval like that, we're out. We will often send videos for approval because we want to make sure that we're not showing off anything that's like super secret, right? We do not let anybody, Construct 3D or otherwise, determine the content that we make. We make the content that we want to make. We say it how we want to say it. And if companies don't like that, then they don't work with us. A part of working with us is that we have full control over what is said and how it is said. Unless there happens to be something that is proprietary information that can be bona fide proven to be proprietary information. Don't just tell me it's proprietary to get us to edit a video. You must prove to me that it's proprietary and no one else has ever shown it before. Then we will go ahead and make the edits. Otherwise, we don't make edits, and we just want to make sure that everyone's happy. Right?
Yep.
Literally yesterday, we were reviewing a video that we shot when we were in the UK.
We sponsored.
Yep, that
so
Construct
we
3D
had
sponsored.
Financial control over it.
Yep. At Great British Sports Cars. They make Caterham clones, basically. And they're super cool cars that we never got to drive in. I'm still upset at this. But we had an ad spot in there. And Jacob, I don't want you to say anything here because I want to tell this from my perspective because I want people to understand how little impact that there was here. So we had a deliberate ad read spot, as you do for videos that get sponsored. It's a very common thing. You have a deliberate ad read. And our editor said, hey, we don't have the ad read yet. And Jacob, and he's like, do you have any talking points for Grant? And Jacob said, no, he's much better ad-libbing it anyways. Whatever he says, we're cool with. There were no talking points for me. I said whatever I wanted to say, had a little fun with it, and they trusted us. No matter what we said, Jacob had no input. And I recorded it while we were in this meeting reviewing this video. This was not a public review, to be clear, because the video has not gone through GBS yet to verify there's nothing in there that is sacred as it was. Yeah, it is. Even Andrew's like, wait, you don't have talking points? And he's like, no.
Oh, no, we do. We do have talking points.
But you don't have any for me because you trust.
None for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's more
No
important for
soup
me
for
is
you.
what's important for me is genuicity, like
Yeah.
you being genuine with what you're saying and what you believe. And just from like an ad read spot, we aren't paying for you just to say this is the best thing I have ever eaten. It needs to be your thoughts, and that's what really gets across the product is your genuine thoughts. Like the entire brand is built on being genuine and not being another corporate entity that is just out for the bottom line. So literally when Andrew turned around and going, what's the talking points? Is there anything we can and can't say? Is there anything you want to say? It was just no. Let him ad lib it. Let him see what he feels is right for this type of content, for this type of like people that will be watching it. Let him just go off with it.
And as a content creator, that is a heavy level of trust, but that is respect. Because these relationships, when we get sponsored, when we get paid to go out and do things, there is a trust that is associated with this, that we are going to do something reasonably correct. But when a company says, say whatever you want, say whatever feels right, that is a higher tier, right? Because it means that they want your opinion, but they want you to do it in such a way that you're not sitting there reading talking points. And that matters so much. In this day and age, it is so easy to get a bunch of money, make a review that is just a paid shill or a paid ad, and reap those benefits of the, the affiliate links and all that. And we see a lot of creators doing it. There are a lot of I can name quite a few off the top of my head. I'm not going to because I'm not playing this game. But as a creator that says money will not impact me on how I say things, it's a big deal for a company to say, we trust you, say what you feel is appropriate. That's a big deal. Prusa is like that with us. Now, Prusa does provide a review guide, which is a book. I can go get them. They're little review booklets. And all they have is like the main points that we might want to talk about in a video. Things like the hot end temperature, the flow rate, comparing it to other machines. That's what their review guide has. It is not to tell us what to say and what not to say. It is, this makes it easier for you to do a review. Thanks.
It's a cheat sheet almost for things to look into while you're getting the experience with the machine. It's like if I gave somebody off the street a printer that hasn't done printing before, only is very like low level, and then I give them the cheat sheet, one of the things it will say on that cheat sheet is keep an eye on maintenance and how little you have to do while doing it. It won't be telling you what to say. It will just be like, this is something that we are happy with. This can be a talking point. This is why we believe it is a talking point. Go and get the experience. Just things that you wouldn't normally pick up, like when you are printing certain materials, notice how as you push the limits, they don't curl because we have high flow rate. So it's like almost like scientific breakdowns of here is an aspect you probably won't understand unless you are super into it. And that's a cheat sheet.
And that's
it's not, however, telling you say this. Here is a marketing point. Here is a sale point. Make sure you say these words.
I like the little review books. I think they should go with most printers that go out. They're also really nicely made. So like they're very nicely printed. That's something that like,
I have to see one now. I've never seen one in person other than ours, so I'd love to see like compare and contrast. Like, they use these.
Remind me when we're done, and I'll post it in the Discord, and that gives us a great way to say, hey, if you want to see this behind the scenes stuff and all that, $10 tier or higher, PayPal, Patreon, YouTube channel members get you access to the private Discord server where, we do a lot of stuff like this. Founders is asking a question that I think is a very valid question. It says, Grant, don't you think you should be using a construct printer in order to inform your opinion? So, no. I visited their factory. In fact, you can watch the tour. I spent time validating what they said. I can tell you that they operate safe, efficient, and properly built machines because of what we saw. It is a fact. It is not an opinion. It's a fact. They are the UK's fastest 3D printer. They are the world's first bamboo 3D printer. These are facts. These are not opinions. These are facts. Do I believe the machines are worth it? If you are a small business, yes. We've literally talked about this on stream before. That Construct 3D printers are not worth it for the average person that is looking for a $200 Ender 3 clone with Clipper on.
I have literally sent people who have come to our factory and gone, you want a Creality printer, you want a bamboo printer, you don't want ours because it's not for your specific use case.
If you're a small business,
half of the brand is about being genuine. I generally just want you to have a good printing experience. What makes it good for me is with that mindset of I want you to have a good building experience, I built a product that I believe is the best experience for that type of like quality. But that doesn't mean it's a fit everything product. It never was.
So do I need to use one? It wouldn't hurt, to be clear.
You will be getting one eventually once we figure out finance.
If the C2
overseas is bad.
If the C2 was done, there would have been an order for one. To be clear, if it was ready, I would have ordered one. I need more chamber heated printers. I just bought 6 Cheaties because they're the only ones that are like marginally reliable, and I know how to test them and make them safe. So I bought a bunch because we need them. I would have bought a bunch of C2s.
Steve C in the chat even put, I completely forgot I did this. He said Jacob tried to talk me out of a Construct 2 until I told him what it does. I was trying to not sell a printer because I was like, yo, our printers are expensive. It might not be for you. Consider this. Like, that is just the type of person I am. I am happy to not make a sale if it means you get a better experience.
And so the opinion that I form is more about the company and the way that they act more than it is about their machines. And so when you see me talk about the quality of their prints, it's because I've seen their machines printing. I've seen failures. Hell, I've saved Construct 3D from a serious failure. Do you remember that when we first met? We first met at Smurf 2023 when I still had long hair. And we're just walking around chatting. We had discussed getting together and hanging out. And I get there and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, oh yeah, you know, this, that, and the other things. So I said, dude, I fix printers for a living. What's going on? And he's like, okay, this is clogged, this is clogged, this is clogged. I said, all right, I'll be right back. So I ran over to the Prusa booth. I grabbed tools from the Prusa booth because I know they always carry tools. We came back with those tools. We cleared the clog. We got the machine back up and running. So I can tell you how easy it is to service because we did it in front of thousands of people and nobody noticed it.
And that was one of the most complex fixes I had to do as well.
And on the fly, it is like extra dangerous. Like, you're gonna burn yourself, you're gonna make mistakes, you're nervous as hell. And for me,
I was shaking because it was on the trade show. Like, it was on the floor. People were around us. Everyone was looking because that machine was the centerpiece. It wasn't supposed to be the centerpiece. It became the centerpiece. And I'm just there like, bollocks. We're like 2 hours into the entire 2-day show and it's jammed.
It's not
because
working.
we put some like unverified filament in that we got given, and I just like threw some numbers at it and they were way too hot for that type of material, and it just instantly jammed the cold side. And it's like, it's a cold side jam in the middle of a prototype extruder with a CHT nozzle that is really finicky because it was one of the first batch CHTs because they had like a weird bimetallic issue before they fixed it, and then they went to full production. It was a nightmare situation, and it had my prototype filament changer in it, which was not designed to be taken apart in that way because it was only there for show and kind of working.
And this
And
was like,
Grant just saved me.
this was before we were like proper friends. So like I walk up wanting to film with you and you are in crisis mode because your machine isn't working. And what do? We instantly join you in crisis mode and we get it solved. We end up coming back later. We film that first video.
It was really a
No,
good video as
yeah,
well.
we came back on Sunday because I had my
Yep.
head shaved because you shaved part of my head. Even though your
Yep.
company didn't donate for that, you were the barber for it.
Hey, we ended up donating, but
you
it
weren't
didn't.
the top donor. You weren't the top donor.
We weren't a top donor.
Yeah, don't quit your day job, kid. Your barber is not in your
No.
not in your history of jobs.
Look,
Like,
I can do a nice shave if you want to be bold.
I mean, I can too.
Can't go much lower than that.
A blind man can do a decent shave, right?
Oh.
So, yeah, like things don't always go well. And I think we even mentioned it. I don't know. We didn't talk heavily about it.
I think we definitely talked to it with some people because that was like one of the things about us being genuine is if we were doing any other show, like if we were any other company, you turn the machine off and you turn it into a centerpiece. And that's what everyone else does. Like they hide the fact it's gone wrong. But I love the fact that we have machines making stuff at these shows. Everyone puts the machine on demo mode. No, make something.
I will say, like, as someone that has never seen their machine in person before, never done anything like that, watching Jacob work on it, looking at myself working on it as well, it was really easy to work on. It was really, really easy. Amber's here. She says hi. She got a Verizon Fiber app before joining. She has to go. Amber's going to get a massage.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, I know.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Because things are happening that we're not discussing unless you're... Nope, I'm not even telling people that. Things are happening. There is...
Is that above the $10 tier or higher on the Patreon?
I don't want to... Maybe. Migraines, yeah. Amber's been having some migraines, so let's just hope it's not John Redcorn. That's her that's her masseuse. You don't even get that joke because you've never seen King of the Hill.
No, I have. I will watch it eventually. You're bullying me into watching it now.
No, I think we're actually bullying you more to watch White Collar than King of the Hill. So
you're bullying me into also watching the Fast and Furious films.
Yes,
so
yes, I will bully you to watch at least the first 3 Fast and Furious movies. I will bully you for that. The same way that Elyarchi is bullying creators. Can you imagine?
Wait, no.
Well,
that's
I'm
not
going to be
good.
nice about it. I'm not going to... I'll probably threaten you.
But yours, if you do threaten, they're not empty threats with zero power behind them.
So no, I know where you live. I've been to your house.
I know where you live.
Which one of us poses more of a threat to the other one? All right, let's just go over this.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You've never seen a British man go crazy before.
Yeah, I have. I remember the Revolutionary
And don't
War.
forget, I'm also Maltese. I'm Maltese.
I'm Cuban.
Oh, we're gonna do so many hate crimes so quickly.
Yeah, we're gonna. It's gonna be a thing. Yeah. You know what? You're in my good graces, but you're not keeping your car. That's all you need to know.
Fine. Just don't open any parcels you don't recognize.
I never do that. My address is public. I never open boxes that I don't exactly know who they're from. Like, I am... Mad Cat says, do I need to separate you two? Oh, Dad's here. Well,
no.
Not my actual dad,
Sorry.
Mad Cat. My father's probably listening in. I don't know. Yelling nationalities intensely. Yeah. But
I love it.
Can you imagine the balls you must have as a company to threaten creators with, hold on, I'm going to give the exact term, with reporting the issue to YouTube and informing our industry contacts and other brand partners of this breach of professional conduct. You want to know what's a breach of professional conduct?
That message?
That's a breach of professional conduct.
Honestly, ignoring the words they said, because the moment they said we're gonna contact YouTube really does reek of I'm telling
Yeah,
mom.
yeah, oh,
Ah.
absolutely. Yeah, it reeks of I'm telling mom. And YouTube's gonna look at that and say,
No.
have you watched a Joe Rogan podcast? We don't care. We don't care. You know, like
But other than the I'm telling mom attitude they have, like
they're
I don't
allowed
know
to
how
be
they think it's
upset.
good. Like they can be upset, but this is just suicide for them.
But it's not even like the print house was being a dick.
No.
I honestly, I think he was being a little too nice in that entire thing.
I mean, I have made it very clear what my stance are on their design decisions.
Right?
And the print house was doing a design and engineering video, and he was really fair,
It was
really
good.
neutral, if not positive towards the printer. That, as I said, the main feeling I got was hope. It
Yeah.
was hopeful, and that they were communicating and they were doing this. And then literally a day later, I think it was like MLV posted it in the Discord, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, I
All
looked at
that
that and said,
hope is now nothing.
"Excuse me, write the F now." And I went to it and I commented on it. And here, let's read my comment. Let's read my exact comment. Wait, so you talk about your experience and that's a breach of professional conduct? Keep the video up. Don't expect the rest of the cash, of course. They haven't paid out the
Oh yeah,
the
they
contract.
haven't paid him. They haven't paid him.
But that's not cool at all. I asked for a bit more than you, but once they learned that I had actual experience running machines that print high temps, they outright ghosted me. I don't feel confident in this company at all, and this kind of conduct is absolutely not okay. Threatening creators is bad news. They Streisand themselves. This print house video, when I looked at it, had 836 views. That's it. Okay? And it's weird because it should have more. It now has 859, and I assume it's going to have quite a few more by the time everybody's done here.
The thing that I don't think they understood was if they just didn't say anything, this would not have been blown up.
It wouldn't have been a problem.
It would, even if they didn't like the video, them saying that message in that way opens up so many conversations of what is the ethos of the company now? If they are willing to bully creators, what else are they willing to do? Where is the moral integrity of that company? Because that is important for a Kickstarter. If they
it's the
are
only
willing
thing
to,
you have.
yeah, like Kickstarter is about trust and faith before the product. Like that is the whole point. You trust the company to make the product. You don't even buy a product on Kickstarter. It is a pledge. It is a not even a promise, because that's a legal term. It is just a gift.
Yep.
You are gifting them money, and they may, big may, gift money, like gift something back. They don't even have to. Those reward tiers, they mean nothing. They're just, we may give you a thing if this like happens. Like, for example, if our Kickstarter was successful, but then we got sued into oblivion because we added a lid to our printer, I can promise you now, no one will be getting their machines for at least 5 years. We would obviously make it right in some way, but that's because we care. There's no legal requirement to do that. And our consultant literally said, if you're cutting it close, don't ship your Kickstarter machines.
Yep.
There's no money and there's no reason to do it.
Yep.
Obviously, we told him to piss off at that stage, but like that is Kickstarter. There's no running guarantee. On faith. And the moment that you break that faith with a message that is eat my boot and shut up and get rid of that video, that faith is broken. So now it goes, well, if they're willing to bully creators for financial gain,
what are they going to do?
What else are they willing to do?
What are they going to do to their customers, dude? Like, what about customer support when you're having a hard time and maybe you're a little bit more frustrated than you should be, okay? You know, let's say you should be at a 3, but you're at a 5. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Right?
Yep.
We've seen their true colors. I'm sorry. You're going to get this out of me.
You are going to get a musical episode out of you. It will happen. I don't know what your price tag is to make a musical episode, but if we start selling loads of machines, I'm going to start trying to find what that number is.
I mean, it's something. By the way, Brian, welcome to the Discord. I believe that somebody else, who else joined the Discord? Wild Mo.
Uh,
Guys, if you're not already in, email me, youtube@3dmusketeers.com, and I'll send you a link. That way you can get in and hang out with us after the show. But yeah, again, if you do want to hang out, we do hangouts all the time. We're in the Discord there all the time. We got Buck Moody with basic support. Thank you very much. Steve C says you got 186 in chat and only 6 likes. I see 185 in chat and 68 likes. We're so close to being nice, but I would like to be higher than just being nice. You all got this. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all the fun things, because this show tells it how it is. There's a reason that we've done 225 episodes, and we've never sugarcoated it. We've never sugarcoated it for you, and we never will. Does that mean that we get blacklisted by companies? Yes. Yep. I am blacklisted for sure by Bamboo and Snapmaker. Those are the two that I know for a fact that I am blacklisted for working with.
I have in-person confirmation I am blacklisted from any Stratasys event ever.
Well, I mean...
But I want that on a shirt. That is a reward. That's a we've made it big
we can
enough
make
to
a
be
shirt
a
out of that. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Can it be a black shirt? So I'm literally blacklisted.
Can it be a black shirt with white text that says listed? Or a white shirt with black text that says listed? Gray shirt? I'm not a white shirt guy. Gray shirt, black text says listed. That's it.
See, white shirts are like the universal. I have way too many white shirts because... So white shirts are good.
They attract stains!
Yeah, but you put something over them. Like, even if just like a white collar neck, like the main thing is having white underneath like another piece of clothing, because then it looks amazing. It becomes a color differentiator.
That I'm fine with.
I'm going back into color science
I forgot to post
again.
that we were live now. I was checking my DMs. I'm such a professional content creator. Yeah, such a professional content creator. I've got...
Oh my god, the print house is just posted.
Yep.
They're actively botting his comments again right now.
And
when will they learn?
Yeah, they're not
This is
learn.
Fueling my anger so much. Like, imagine if we did this to you. Like, you said something like, oh, I don't like this part of the repairability. And we're like, no, you can't say that. Don't say that. Remove that video. I don't like what you said. Like, take the GBS video where you were doing your ad-libbed, like, sponsor read. And we're like, nah, don't say that, say this. And if you don't say that, get rid of the video. Like, that would destroy all of the goodwill we've built up. Like, the entire brand, let alone the product, the brand, gone. Actually just gone instantly. Like, those multiple years of building up me as a person, as somebody that the community can listen to, the brand of the printers being good and the good choice for this, gone. You have zero reason to buy our products if I did that.
So
that it frustrates me.
I've got a good reason to interrupt. I have been a truck has just gone by my house and thrown some things off of it. No, you're not understanding that, are you? I have a contract.
Oh, is this the one that I think it might be?
I have a Elyarchi contract. A truck just drove by my house and threw it at me. I don't...
Remember, guys, we're not going to sugarcoat it. I'm even drinking sugar-free.
Yeah. Oh, Maker Fair Orlando's in here. Hi, Ian. I assume it's Ian. It's almost always Ian. Hi! I just looked down, I'm like, oh, Maker Fair Orlando. Same Old Shane says, you need that hashtag for a shirt. Hashtag blacklisted. No. It needs to be the word listed in black. Someone put that in the merch channel in our Discord, because that's a good one. That's a good one.
We need some form of blacklisted merch.
So I can't share this on screen because there is identifiable information in it.
Okay.
But I will tell you, if this was the contract that was sent to me, I would have never signed it. Not in a million years. Now, to be clear, that doesn't mean that I'm looking down upon those that did.
Also, we don't know if there wasn't unique contracts for certain creators. I know this is a fact in the industry. It is quite common to have unique contracts depending on the creator's size. as well as what type of person you're targeting.
So the problem is this contract's rough. 1.4.1. As for making the promotional production, Party B can only shoot and produce in accordance with final script approved by Party A. Party B shall submit the draft of the promotional production to Party A for review within 5 working days prior to the agreed date of uploading. Party B shall make modifications according to Party A's suggestions and ensure that all the release tasks are finally completed on time. So that alone would be a non-starter. We would not be doing something like that.
Yeah.
Party B shall use sample machine provided by Party A to promote Party A's specific product according to the brief provided by Party A. Party A's clear product logo shall be shown in the promotional production. And, like, to be clear, these contracts are normally
that is a Raid Shadow Legend level of contract. They're just say the good
thing. They're often malarkey contracts.
Yeah.
Also, Russell Milner, basic support, thank you. They're also malarkey contracts. They can't be enforced because they're not. How are you going to sue someone across an ocean? It doesn't work. It just doesn't work, and it doesn't. The Streisand effect means it doesn't pay. But if other creators who are also watching this got a similar contract, y'all shouldn't have accepted this contract. These terms are not great. If the time...
I'm not against people signing contracts like this.
No,
you got to put food on your table. Either way, like you look after yourself first before anyone else. Like, hell, I am the last person you should talk to about moral integrity in certain areas. I know I have a price tag. I'm just more forthcoming that I'm aware I have a price tag. And everyone has a price tag. There will be a series of scenarios that will push you to your limits that you probably haven't thought about, but you will. It's one of my closest friends loves to say, and it's a really good piece of life advice, is never judge anyone because in the right scenario, you could also be a murderer. If you are pushed to your limit in the wrong scenario, that self-defense goes a little bit too far. Don't really judge people on that.
Never judge someone because in the right instance, you too could be a murderer. I really like that statement. Dude, like, if everyone approached every interaction like that, holy shit, would we have a better country as a whole. Sorry, present party excluded. Yeah, like, people saying, did I say Cardi B? I said Party B. My God.
Yeah, get some Cardi B up here.
Most creators will redline the crap out of contracts like this, YGK says. I would too. I would look at that and say, yeah, absolutely not. You can send me a machine. So I will tell you, these were the terms that we had with Elyarchi for the Alchemist. They had reached out. They wanted us to do a build of a product. So they provided a product. They wanted us to build it with their stuff, show it off. They want us to build 2. They want us to do the Gatling gun, which I firmly believe they violated multiple laws with, but whatever.
Yep.
And the FPV drone. I was totally fine with both. I can have an FFL take care of the Gatling gun, even though it doesn't actually fire real things. They specifically did not want it to be orange. So I would need
that. To be fair, that is fair. I can understand that. Like, the amount of advice I got from every person on the market, don't print in orange.
No. They didn't want the tips to be orange. I said I'm only making it if the tips are orange. So that people know
the tip should be orange.
So people know that it's a toy. Orange. They said, no, we don't want that. I'm like, all right, well, then I'll have an FFL. I will test it on a firearm range in the presence of an FFL, and then we will destroy it. While it's not illegal...
That would actually be a fun video.
It would have been a fun video. And then, so they didn't know that part of it, but whatever. And then an FPV drone that we were going to print at a peak. That was actually going to be pretty cool. Like, there's nothing about that that's not cool. They were going to provide all the equipment for it. They were going to provide the filament for it. They were going to provide the machine. They also wanted us to compare the VU, their multicolor system, to the Bamboo Lab AMS in a video. And there was one... What was the other video? Oh, just kind of comparing it to other printers that we have in the shop. So 4 or 5 videos total. I asked for $1,000. They were a brand new company. I hadn't heard from them. I didn't want to, give them. I didn't want to have them spend too much. I didn't want to price myself out, and they didn't seem to have an issue with that. We started discussing.
That's still like $200
it's
a
nothing.
video.
I'm losing money.
That
on
is
those videos.
nothing.
Yeah. I did it because I was very interested in the machine, and I wanted to compare it to industrial peak PEC and Ultem printers that I have access to. Right? So they said to compare it to other machines. I was going to go take it down to my buddy who has a Fortis 450 MC. That was the plan.
To be honest, that would be legitimately interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
that was cool. That would have been a really cool video to compare it to a machine.
It's almost 1/80th the price of the cheapest Fortis.
The 450 MC runs about $500,000 spec'd.
Oh wow, that's quite expensive over there.
Well, spec'd with Ultem. So the 450 MC does not come spec'd with Ultem. It is a DRM. You have to download it. It's like a $40,000 or $50,000 upgrade.
But that's still.
By the way, that is a software DRM, not a hardware DRM.
But yeah, for 1/100th the price of an industrial machine, I would have loved to see an actual comparison between
same way
what you get when you're rich versus what you get when they're scrappy.
The same way that I compare my RTEC scanners to every other scanner that we get in, because I want to see where a $20,000 scanner sits versus a $1,000 scanner. And to do that, we often have to make deals that are not financially in the best interest of us, but it is in the best interest of the viewer, right? So we know that they offered and agreed to do $500 for the print house. That is a public thing. They talked about it, and they've only paid $100 of that. Disgusting.
That is actually disgusting. That isn't just... Now, they breached contract on the other side. Like, they're breaching contract on their side.
It depends on... I have to keep... It's like a 12-page contract. It's going to take a while to read. But if the contract did state that there is an upfront, and then once the video is posted, then the rest of the money comes in, fine. But if the print house did not redline this contract, I regret to inform us, but the print house is in violation of this contract. Now... What are the repercussions?
Does that mean the contract is enforceable is a different question.
Yeah, it's not. I don't believe this contract's enforceable. It's not my decision either way. And this is not the print house's contract either. They haven't sent me anything yet. Like I said,
I'm pretty sure contracts like this cannot force you to say things you actually don't want to say.
My microphone probably cut it out, but there was a knock on the door. And the cat brought it over to me. That's how I have the digital contract. Totally.
I mean, Victoria is very good at her job.
Very good.
Yeah, very good.
I don't even see her. She's working so hard.
I know. She's just in and out silently. Not to distract you, obviously. Like, she's very good at her job.
Yeah. But, this is one of those things where... If companies are trying to get you to, and we did get approval to show it on screen. I don't feel comfortable showing this on screen. While it is somewhat redacted.
It's safer to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Like, let's not put people in hot water where it's not needed.
But like, this is like... I don't believe that the print house did anything wrong. If anything, they did everything right. They were not defamatory. They were not even rude about it. They were very kind.
Yeah.
God, there's an anti-commercial bribery clause in here. Yeah.
What?
Party B shall not provide any remuneration.
Remuneration.
REMUNERATION. Remuneration. What does that even mean?
Right.
Gifts or other tangible or intangible benefits to employees or their family members of Party A or affiliated companies of Party A with whom it has physical or potential business relationship, which shall be regarded as commercial bribery. Otherwise, Party A may terminate this agreement and require Party B to pay $10,000 as liquidated damages. What in the world is an anti-commercial bribery clause? I want to be clear.
A remuneration clause is relatively common for contracts.
It is not common in the United States.
Not in this. So this is not relevant.
It's not relevant.
So they're saying if party B, which I'm assuming is the video producer, bribes Elyarchi.
Oh, hey, we're getting brigaded. Or this one individual is just an absolute piece of garbage. I cannot even read their comment. It's that bad.
Where?
It's in the live chat. I just removed it.
Okay.
These homosexual R words are hilarious. Yeah.
All that tells me is you better protect your back door. I'm coming for you. All right. Bag, everything's feminine enough.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dev Miner, you're a mod. You can see the thing that I just removed. Actually, I'm gonna screen grab that real quick so I can put that in comment of the day, because that's
got to go in comment of the day.
That is absolutely comment of the day right now. Hopefully the screenshot isn't messing with anything on my side, but
when will people learn threats like that mean absolutely
they mean
nothing?
Absolutely nothing.
Have anyone been in an Xbox or like PlayStation Call of Duty lobby for more than 5 minutes?
I'm putting it in comment of the day right now. Like I as we are doing this right now, it's done. Like it's just
like you know what would hurt me? Like, don't call me any of that. That's low level stuff. No, tell me my pasta cooking skills are bad. Tell me that I need to clean my car. Just, like, actual insults.
I need to clean my car, and my pasta cooking skills are mediocre at best.
There you go. Like, that's how you hurt someone on the internet. Give them, like, minor things.
Yeah. You just...
Like, you should iron your shirt. Like, that level of, like, just petty insults.
I probably should iron it, honestly.
No, your shirt's fine.
It's fine. I got a comment.
It's why
I got a DM saying they like my purple shirt. So, ha!
Hey, purple's a good color.
But
oh god, somebody told me to clean my car.
My car is very dirty. Actually shaming life skills based.
Yeah, that's how you insult someone. Like this is a life lesson. Insult people's like skills. Don't do it on anything like generic. Be like, I bet you over tighten all your bolts.
The comment that I removed, you can get their comment link. I'm not gonna go through this right now, but yeah, I
bet you print with wet filament. That's a good insult.
Ooh, now that's just mean. That's below the belt. I bet you print with wet filament. I live in a swamp. Leave me alone. Matrix X's Grant, fix that lawnmower. Oh my god, you have no idea how bad this is right now.
I have actually created a new form of cyberbullying, and it works.
Don't. The right way to bully me right now is to bother me about my lawnmower. It is still broken. It is a stress in my life right now. If you want to cyberbully me, ask me about my lawnmower. I'm clipping that so we can get a lot of comments. You print right side up. Ew. from the positron guy. Bet you've never had a cold pull. Why aren't there spinners on your mower yet? We did talk about putting spinners on the mower. I can't believe Grant doesn't have a robo mower, even DIY. Okay, I have reached out to the robo mower companies. I'm going to be clear on that. Reliance 3D says, I'm so polite I can't even think of how to bully. That's the Dutch for you. I can't believe... Oh, no, that's the same one that I read. Anyways. We're going to move through. But, yeah, that contract should have been basically completely deleted. There's no way in hell I would have ever accepted a contract like that. And, like... I'm just not certain that there's a right way here, because I don't think that the threats are wrong. Is there a breach of contract? I can't tell you. I have an unedited contract, right? That's all that I have. I would hope that people would do that.
And I do believe, at least in the UK, for contracts like this, you still can't silence opinion. Like ignoring First Amendment and ignoring slander, opinion is one of the things you can't like stop someone from talking about. You can stop talking about a product, like you can NDA them, you can't discuss it, but you can't stop somebody in this situation from
My God.
talking.
My God. Oh, I'm gonna read another clause in this. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Party B shall maintain a healthy and positive image, which meets highly ethical. Hold on. Wait, where? Oh my God. Highly ethical industrial standards for Party A's brand and its products in accordance to the following provisions during the term hereof. Otherwise, Party A shall be entitled to terminate the agreement unilaterally and request that Party B return the printer as liquidated damages, and the shipping cost shall be paid by Party B. If liquidated damages are insufficient to cover the loss to Party A, Party B shall be liable to undertake the corresponding compensations. And there's a whole thing. Absolutely get screwed. Get absolutely screwed for contract terms like that. Any company that gives me a contract term like that, I'm sending it back to them, telling them to pound sand. Like
having a contract term.
This is a $1,000 3D printer.
Okay.
Go to hell. Go to hell.
Yeah, like having a contract that's return the machine. I'm okay with that. Like that is standard. It doesn't matter.
You want to know
like,
the contract that I have with
when
Prusa?
it's like we're gonna liquidate it and then everything else, like nah, piss off.
You want to know the contract that I have with Prusa about the printers that we look at for them?
Go on.
My rep says, "Hey, you want to look at this printer?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah." They're like, "Do you want a kit or do you want it assembled?" And I asked, "Do I have to choose?" And they said, "I guess not, but an assembled comes first." Said, "I guess I'll take that first." And that's it. And then an email shows up telling me that there's a printer on the way. 24 hours to 24 days later. It just randomly shows up. That is
a good thing to do.
That is the level of contract I have with Prusa. There is no expectation. There is no requirement. I can say whatever I want. Whatever I want. I can say whatever I want. I can talk about the problems I've had with my Core 1. Although, hilariously, they're here. You were right. Totally right. It's really close. I'll talk about it.
I'm so lost right now.
So I reached out to my contact first to see if this was something that happened. So my unit is so new, or so like early on, that their revisions have been made since.
Okay.
So when I had an issue, I said, is this an issue that is a support issue, or is this a really early revision of the machine issue? And it's a problem. So what was happening was during the bed leveling procedure, the fan duct was hitting the pins on the bed that aligned the build plate, right?
Yeah.
And I had never noticed this because I'd never done a big print on it. I'd only ever done prints. I'm doing a bunch of Jessies. I'm redoing all the photos for Printed Solid. And the Core 1 has been our travel printer. So it prints a lot of Benchies. It's printed a lot of Jessies. And it's printed a lot of parts, but they've never taken up the full 250 by 210 build plate, or 220 build plate. This part did. And right where the pins were, you could see a dip in the bed. Like in that first layer, it would dip down. And when I checked the bottom of the fan duct, it was scraped. So I killed the print, I redid it, and it was hitting the fan duct. And they said, try this first. If it doesn't work, we'll get you over to support. We'll get it solved. He said, undo the 2 screws that hold it in, push it up, retighten them. Said most likely through the moving that you did, the fan duct fell a little bit and hit the pins. And that's it. And he was totally right. It's fixed. Now, I did that because I don't want to go to support with a problem like this if it is a beta style printer and something has changed, because then support's not going to know what the hell to do. So, like, that's my relationship that I have, where it's like, okay, fine. I am under no non-disclosures. I am not told that I can't talk about what we do, what we have, things like that. There's nothing. That is same thing with Construct. What was our agreement for when we came out to Lincoln to film with you guys? What was our agreement?
I think we only actually had one like, other than we
I never signed
put you up in a
anything.
hotel so it doesn't go out of like your pocket, because
Yeah.
that would be stupid if you're already flying all over. It was, don't lie. I think it was the only thing we agreed is say
Yeah, I'm
what
not
you
gonna do
believe.
that. I'm not gonna do that.
And we
anyways.
knew you weren't going to do that anyway. So
Yeah, like,
I think that was literally the only agreement, was it has to just be genuine.
and being a family company, I said, hey, just, I'm not going to charge you anything for what we do.
Mm.
I want to make sure I'm not out of pocket for this. And your family, still some of the nicest people. Like, instead of taking us out to dinner, you took us back to your house where we had home cooked meals.
They were good meals.
They were very good. They were
And
very,
they're cheaper than
very...
eating out as well, which is even better.
I mean, yeah, and they were much tastier than eating out too. we did go out a couple of times, and those were all very nice
Yes.
places. They weren't expensive. They were nice. To be clear, there's a difference there. We were not like... Did you give us wine? Shit, you wined and dined us, didn't you?
I think
You
we did
absolute
there was some wine.
scallywags! You wined and dined us to... No, and that lemon drizzle. That lemon drizzle, honestly, that was a bribe. That lemon drizzle, your mother's lemon drizzle should be constituted as a bribe. So, you heard it here
I mean,
first,
it's definitely a
folks.
bribe, because I can
Construct
bribe you with
3D
it from now on.
bribes content creators. You heard it here first.
It's true. It's easy. Just go to the one thing that actually matters to content creators. Food. We all know YouTube doesn't pay, so we got to give them what does pay. Food.
This is a joke for those that aren't understanding this. Yeah, I would love... I've got a contract attorney. I might pay for an hour or two of their time to have them tear this contract apart, because I would shred like 6 pages of this 12-page contract. Food and booze, lots and lots of booze. That is the Czech way of doing it. Yeah, that's the Czech way
Good
of doing
food, good
it.
booze.
But see, Shane's not dad, Shane's grandpa. Because if Shane can tell the funny stories of me, I'm not gonna tell the funny story of Shane. Yeah, Shane told a funny... So Shane just... Oh, God, my damn tab ran out of RAM. I hate YouTube sometimes.
It's YouTube. It's always YouTube.
I know it's YouTube. It's always YouTube.
Imagine having a live streaming feature that just doesn't work.
And just eats
This meme
RAM.
was brought to you by YouTube. Even
RAM.
like Twitch doesn't have this issue. It's just YouTube.
Reliance said contract attorney to roast that contract is a golden video. I almost just gave something away that I shouldn't talk about.
Careful. Careful.
Careful, Patrick. Careful, Patrick. Careful.
God damn it, Grant. You can't tell them about the actual contract we've got with you, about that you can only be shining my rear end constantly with compliments.
Sir, we use a dual action buffing wheel here with polishing compound, okay?
The contract is very extensive. It tells the exact like orientation and chemicals and the polish to use. It's really nice, actually. It cost an arm and a leg. We basically own Grant at this point. Like I could just give him random commands, like stand up. There you go. You couldn't see it because the camera is fixed to him. There you go. Look, there you go. We own him. Construct 3D owns Grant. There we go. Sit down. Good boy.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that. I'm like, I know he's gonna say good boy. I know he's gonna say it. I know he's gonna say it.
And you love it anyway. You love it anyway.
I played into it. Jeez.
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, it played into it.
Oh gosh, but yeah, so the thing is, we've got pre-planned content for the next couple of weeks. So if we did want a contract attorney to dig through this contract, it would be so far in the future. I just don't think it would be valid anymore.
The video would have dropped off by then.
Yeah,
The
I think it
hotness
would
of it
have.
is gone.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. The important thing is Elyarchi have shat the bed. Like, they should not have done this.
No.
This is bad faith. This is bad faith in bad faith.
It's bad
faith. It's not even a poorly written contract. It's a bad contract. And it is bad for consumers. It's bad for creators. It's bad for Elyarchi. I'm surprised that they never considered the repercussions of something like this. And it's just bad overall. Like, they're doing a Kickstarter. Like, this is the one moment in their company timeline that they should be golden. Like, they should be trying to do everything to keep everyone happy, even if it's at a massive loss. Because it's a Kickstarter. They need that faith. And by doing this, like, Kickstarter might have ended. That doesn't mean they've collected payments yet.
Right. I think payments have technically been collected now. Could be wrong, but
it depends on when they click the button.
Now.
And it also depends on if they're using a third-party payment processor like BackerKit. So we used BackerKit. While it takes the money as credit, it doesn't credit the accounts yet. So unless they then get confirmation, they can't credit them.
I would like to point out that my contact at Prussia just sent me a DM saying, "Of course I was right, ha," in all caps. So, you know, there you go. Yep. Everybody just makes fun of me. Yeah, that's just the general standard is making fun of me at this point. So, yeah. Internet's great. Yeah.
Yep.
I look at this and say, if Elyarchi hadn't said anything about this video that
wouldn't have been made.
Well, no. Well, our stream would have never been made. We would have just been talking about the Pika Haden the entire time. And this video would have probably hit maybe 1,000 views. Right? But now that it's getting extra traction, it's going to get more views. Yep. Right? Like, that's a thing. Nomad's Galaxy says, "We at Printed Solid own Grant. We make him dance for filament."
Good. It's good we're on the same page here.
I'm wondering if... Does Nomad know about when we danced at Printed Solid? Does Nomad know this? I don't know if he knows this. Does he actually know that I've danced at Printed Solid? I want to know, Nomad. Do you know that I've actually danced at Printed Solid? The first time we toured Printed Solid, we went into the annex, and the guy running the annex was just listening to swing jazz, the type of jazz that I really like. Amber and I met swing dancing. That's how we met.
Yep, confirmed here first. Amber and Grant met via swinging.
And I was a paid dancer too, so you could say I was a professional swinger. Or a professional dancer, whichever one you want to say. Before my injury, I danced on a battleship, which is on the missile deck of a battleship. Which is, there's no way that's not
very cool.
It's really cool.
That is exceedingly cool.
Yeah, no, it is really cool. That was back when I was in good shape and could walk well, and I could feel my feet perfectly, and, you know, just normal times. Same Old Shane says, things I don't want to think about Grant dancing. How about Grant dancing with Mickey and Sophie? Because that actually happened in Prague, too. We went out dancing with Mickey and Sophie. Mikolas from the Prussia marketing department. Do I have video proof? In fact, there is video proof of us dancing at Printed Solid, our first tour of Printed Solid. There is about a 3-second clip in that video of us dancing. There is a behind the scenes. I think we released the full dance to our channel members and Patreon and all of that. So it's there. You just have to
go. So you're telling me your dancing vid is pay gated?
Yes. The full dancing video is pay gated. You have to go to onlygrantrants.com. Yes, I own that domain. Winslow Joy asked if I served in the Navy. I did not. I am not a service member. Did not have that opportunity. So, no, did not have that. But yes, there is video proof of me dancing. It's funny. I have a lot of videos of other people dancing. There's very few videos of me out there dancing. Jacob has seen pictures of me pre-injury.
Yeah.
We
One
sent
of the
them
things
to
I
an
was most
unnamed third
disappointed
party.
about. One of the things I was most disappointed about was we didn't have enough time to take you to my local swing club, because it would have been really nice. Like, just the music's really good, the people are really nice. We just didn't have enough time.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a little bit of advice out there for the gentlemen or the ladies who are looking to meet other geeks out there. Go find your local swing dancing place or jazz dancing, whether it's East Coast swing, West Coast swing, Lindy hop. I don't care. I love Lindy. It's my personal favorite. It's just conservation of angular momentum, but with humans. That's all Lindy hop is.
Pretty much.
It is a lot of fun. We took an aerial class in Prague where I threw Amber. It's pretty cool. It was a very, very fun thing, and I will say you will meet some of the most geeky engineering types at
Yup.
these events that you've... For some reason, swing dancing seems to attract engineering people. So, Maker's Corner says, what about us with 3 left feet? I don't want to know what the third one is, but
Congratulations either way.
I come from a long line of white men who can't dance either. So, if I can figure it out, you can too. So, yeah, really, really enjoy swing. I think, and if you're into jazz, if you don't like jazz music, you're gonna hate swing dancing.
I will say though,
but
swing dancing, the jazz in that is slightly different than most jazz that you might listen to.
Yeah.
There's more of a bop to it, and the bop makes it really catchy.
Find about 105 to 120 beat per minute jazz music. That's often swing music.
Yep.
It'd be 8 count or 6 count. And if you happen to find us at events with music and you want to dance, come up and we'll dance. I can follow and I can lead. I am not particularly good at either of them. Amber is much better. But you are welcome to dance with either of us. It is no big deal. Come up, ask for a dance. We are always happy. I
Come
dance
up with a load of singles and it's guaranteeing it will happen.
Absolutely. And if those singles have zeros before the decimal, you have a much better chance. And if it has, you know what? If the bill has my name on it, guaranteed dance. That's like the one joke I can make is my name's on the 50. But no, I will not. I will not. We don't. Okay. There was, how many times have I charged for dancing? So there was a thing we used to do called taxi dancers, where we would charge for dances, but it was to raise money for charity. So you're charging money, but you're doing it as a fundraising effort. So I've been a taxi dancer quite a few times. Anyways, in fact, we went dancing in the UK the night before we shaved my head.
Yeah, you did.
That was the prerequisite for me being comfortable with shaving my head, is that I could go out and dance again. I had not danced since my injury, and the first time that I danced since my injury was in the UK, and we found this absolutely wonderful little club in Oxford. It was so nice. The people there were so nice, and the dancing was great. I have video of Amber dancing. It was a lot of fun. Anyways, moving on. So how do we look at this, right? So if the contract that the print house signed is unedited from what I have, technically
you could argue he is in breach.
I don't think that Elyarchi is in the wrong technically. They are in the wrong ethically and morally.
Yes.
The YouTube thing is, oh, so the email should have been, you've breached the contract, right? And, you know, that's it. If you were going to say anything, that's what you would have said. Not, we're going to report this to YouTube. You're abusing YouTube.
But that is such an empty threat. That honestly is what made it even more annoying.
Honestly, I laughed at that. I
What's they
laughed at
threatening?
that.
A DMCA takedown? On what?
Ooh,
A
a
copyright claim
DMCA
on what?
takedown.
Like, what are
DMCA
they doing?
this.
Like, it's going to be a fraudulent claim if they went to YouTube, because YouTube is not about, oh, they broke the contract with us, therefore YouTube's got to take it out. No, that's what the lawyers are for. That's what everything else is for. That's not YouTube's job. YouTube's job is making sure you don't show naked people, you don't show people dying, and at the moment, you don't show guns, apparently. So that's like the three main things YouTube really cares about. And music. Don't show music because you would immediately get copyright striked by everyone. But that's it. That's all they care about.
Yep.
So saying, let's go get YouTube involved, to me, the threat isn't we're going to claim it as ours. It's we're going to make a fraudulent claim to get rid of the video. Because that's what they wanted, was they wanted the video taken down. What is the only way you know of getting a video taken down? DMCA takedown.
DMCA. And let me go through that real quick, because there is some potentially misleading information in the chat about DMCA stuff. So let's talk about this real quick. So Tarakesh says, thing is, YouTube will grant that claim in the first place. They won't check it. Only if you counterclaim, it will be checked by real people. That is inaccurate. So YouTube, if it is a DMCA claim for copywritten music, you'll get a notification saying, hey, there's been a content match. So there's copyright claim, copyright strike, and content match. If there's a copyright claim on a video, the money that you earn from it goes into an escrow account. Okay. Then
just holding. It's not going anywhere. It's just in holding.
Yep. YouTube holds on to it. Then, and it's for 30 days. Then both parties put together their evidence. It is presented to YouTube, and then YouTube decides what happens. If it is for a music-related DMCA, it is similar, but it's called it would be not a copyright claim. It's a content thing. It's an automated thing that happens. And
I've only ever heard them referenced as content strikes.
No. You don't. A strike is bad. A claim is fine. A strike is bad. Your channel gets 3 strikes and then you're deleted forever. But they could do a copyright claim here, a DMCA claim, but nothing is going to happen, right? What's the claim here? There's no rights. It is the creator's video. They made the video. They own the video, right? YouTube won't take it down. And they're not going to do that. You have to present a fair bit of evidence for this kind of thing to go through.
Yep.
Right? It is, yeah. I will say, we use royalty-free music on streams. Not on the podcast, but on other streams. And often, there are companies that will take that royalty-free music, claim it's theirs, so that they can DMCA creators. And what happens is that on these bigger channels, they'll get DMCA'd, and if you don't respond within 30 days, automatically, your video becomes ineligible for you to earn money, and the copyright owner owns it. So what happens is you'll find that these shady companies will claim these public domain musics, and if you don't make a reply to it, they get free money out of it. And then the fun thing is that these companies will then email you, because they get your information. They'll email you telling you that if you pay them, they'll release it. They extort you. And so we provide a screenshot of that. We provide a screenshot of the fact that this music is open source. We get the license for it and all of that. And 30 days later, since they never reply to YouTube, 30 days later, that money is then released to us. It is a pain in the ass. But we do it all the time. Like, there are times where I'll do it 15 or 20 times for one stream. It's why we keep changing the music that we have on our streams, because I'm trying to find ones that the bots haven't gotten to yet. Most of, like, the BGM channel, which is all, like, public domain music, has been claimed by somebody else. And it's a pain in the dick to deal with. So we found ones that aren't. MakerScore said they use Suno to generate their background music. That's totally fine. I've thought about that, but I'm not there. I'm not, honestly, the AI stuff, I don't know. It's Not my jam.
I'm more okay with AI music than AI art.
Yeah. Yeah, and Nomad says that's why I use Monster Cat. We use Monster Cat for a long time too. And when we decided not to re-up, they DMCA'd every one of our videos. So I tweeted at the president about it. He DM'd me and we got it taken care of, and we found a bug in their system and they retroactively fixed it for thousands of creators. So like that was a time where I called out a company because they had no reasonable way to reach out to them. So I just tweeted at their CEO, and the dude was super nice, really, really, apologetic, everything you'd want. I'm like, dude, I just want the claims to go away. I am so tired of having to fight these claims. Like, we had an active license when these videos went out. We should not be forced to pay for the rest of our lives if we don't use your music anymore. And he's like, you're totally right. Something must be wrong in the system. I will get this sorted for you. I'll get back to you. And a couple of days later, it was all solved. And yeah, I mean, the guy said, I am incredibly grateful for this. Thank you. It was really nice. It was really, really nice. And yeah, you can find places where you don't have to pay for music. But just don't steal it. Just don't steal it. So I don't think that there's a lot of ways that Elyarchi can do this, but by threatening a creator, I think Elyarchi themselves have breached their own contract by acting in bad faith. By threatening someone, you are now acting no longer in good faith, right? And so if we ignore this contract, which honestly I would, because I don't think it's going to hold up in any freaking court.
No. Even from what you're saying, there's so many micro loopholes in just the terminology. If the rest of the document is written in the same way, they're just going to go, that is not applicable to this, because one thing is wrong, the entire document is wrong.
Yeah, I was hoping to have it in my email, but I don't see it in my email just yet, so I could send it to you, and I just don't feel like scanning every one of these pictures and sending them to you. But yeah, it is. This contract is very, very, very one-sided. It is incredibly one-sided, and
this seems like a Raid Shadow Legends style of contract, except they're not big enough to pull it off.
Oh, Raid doesn't have contracts anywhere near this. I've gotten a contract from Raid before. The contract was simple. Here's your script. Read your script.
Say this sentence with a video behind. Pretend you played the game. Done.
Read your script. That's it. You're done. Move on. Beer Printer wrote the $10 saying creators are neat. Yeah.
That they are.
Again, I am the type of person who, when a company goes to threaten them, I say, yeah, you can play that game. Jacob, what are the 2 fundamental rules in life? I'm going to teach you something if you don't know this yet. What are the 2 fundamental rules in life? My father taught me
taxes
these.
And death?
No. Those are the 2 fundamental guarantees. What are the 2 fundamental rules in life? My father has these rules, and I think they are the most important rules. Rule number 1.
Spite is not included in there, because that is one for me. If you tell me to do something out of spite, I will do the exact opposite.
Well, you're following one of the rules. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Rule number 1. Don't be a dick. That's it. Rule number 1, always operate by rule number 1. Rule number 2, if you're going to be a dick, be a big one. However, operate on rule number 1 all the time. The only way that you choose rule number 2 is when somebody else chooses it for you. So if a company comes at you and is being threatening, buddy, open that nitrous bottle, danger to manifold, have your passenger footwell fall out of your vehicle and fly out like it's made of magnesium, because somehow that has something to do with your manifold. It's time to hit the NOS button, because we are going supersonic. And oh, really? You want to threaten me? Yeah, let's have some fun. Rule number 2 applies. But I believe that rule number 1 is the right rule. It's literally... Let me read the rules of our Discord. Let's read the rules of our Discord, because those rules, I mean, there's like actual rules, but the original rules. Rule number 1, don't be a dick. If we need more than that, we will adjust. And that's it. And then, you know, we have like more read out rules. So be nice to each other, be tolerant, no spam, try not to disrupt conversations, no offensive content, no advertising, voice channels, no kink shaming, and have fun. Those are the rules of our server. And the no kink shaming was added by popular demand. So
Don't worry, we still kink ask why. We just don't shame.
No, we rate. We don't judge. Or sorry, we judge. No, we rate. We don't shame.
You're digging a hole. Do I need to take the shovel away from you?
No. I'm trying to figure out the actual terminology I'm supposed to use, because judging could be the same as shaming. No, you got a 1 out of 10 scale, man. Come on. We have a great Discord, and yes, there are.
The Discord's amazing. It's fun.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. $10 tier or higher. Twisker says, "Isn't that a Louis Rossman rule? If you're gonna be a bitch, be a whole bitch." Yeah,
I like that.
I mean, it is. I believe that life, you know, like you said, if you were put in somebody else's position, maybe you too would be a murderer, right?
Yep.
Or if you were pushed too far, I forget what's the actual thing again.
In the right circumstances, you too can be a murderer.
Yeah.
It's like, it's to go with the same mindset of, let's say you have something that you want to protect at all costs. Like, it's the most dear thing for you. Something that wouldn't normally be in that situation. There will be a person or a piece of equipment that you are willing to push yourself to keep safe. And if you keep going down that logic, there will be a point where you will become a murderer. Like, it could be 2 random yobs start knocking on your window, and they're like, from your perspective, they're breaking in. Like, that is an easy way to end up in that. In the right situation, wrong timing, you can also be that person.
Yep.
And I think it goes for almost everything in life. I've never been one of those people that are like, oh, you were born to do this, or you've got this talent skill set. No, every talent is just hard work over long periods of time. And you might have been in an environment where that is easier to do in certain areas than others. But if a human can do it, so can you. And that goes for everything from the bad to the good. If you are in that situation, you will probably do the exact same things that the other people have done. Just keep that in mind whenever anyone's yobbing off at you. You don't know what's going on in their life.
Yep.
You don't know if they've had like 4 months of verbal abuse by someone, and then they've gone out shopping and they're just unfortunately projecting it onto the cashier. Like, you don't know that. And it's just keep that in mind. Just be nice to people.
Also, like, anyone that is rude to wait staff or cashiers, y'all are assholes. Like, I don't care how bad your day is, you can be nice to other people.
Yeah. You can be rude to middle managers. That's what they're there for.
This one is particularly for Luke. Sweet nothings, sweet nothings, sweet nothings, sweet nothings, sweet nothings, sweet nothings. Are you happy now? Luke said, I just want creators to shut up and whisper sweet nothings into their videos. So, there you go. Thank you for the sweet nothings. Yeah! Luke, since you're here now, congratulations on the successful, fully funded Kickstarter.
Yep.
We were debating. We know for a fact it was within 24 hours. Was it within 8 hours? We're curious.
That's the main question. Like, I want to know your success. I want to just be so proud of it on your behalf.
Dude,
just over an hour.
Just over an hour. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
That's small business working right there, man. 1 hour and 15 minutes. Now that's the win right there.
Well done.
That's the win.
Super well done.
Dude.
You deserve it.
So, here's the problem, though. So, has it set in how many of these things you have to make now?
You now have to get work done.
To fill the Kickstarter, has it set in how much work you have to do? Now I get to make a big-ass change in the world. Nah, it's easy. Damn it, Luke! Luke! You said the one thing you never say! You never say that. It's like going into a hospital and saying, boy, it's quiet in here.
Oh man,
if
what
you
you've just
if,
said,
if
you can make 2,000 of these easy. You are going to make 2,000 of these and then find the world's smallest flaw that is only going to annoy you. And you're going to have to sleep with yourself knowing that you could have made 2,000 better. You've just
I don't
done
know
that to
about that.
yourself.
He's got a Swiss machine. There's not many ways it could be made better than a Swiss
No, no, no.
machine.
This is what's going to keep him up at night, though, is because the Swiss machine only does what he tells it to do. So he's going to be there just awake. Oh God, I have this surface irregularity that means nothing, but it means it to me every
There was
night.
a slight bit of chatter in this one area. Nobody will see it, but yeah,
I
if
could have optimized the cut profile by another 5 seconds.
yeah, if one of the mods want to post the Pika link in there, show Luke some love. If you don't know about the Pika hot end, go check it out. It is on Kickstarter right now for a decent discount. Luke bought a very expensive CNC mill to take care of it, so yeah. Luke distributed his own in-game death flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, go check
Oh.
out Luke's laboratory. Go check out their Pika hot end.
It's exceedingly impressive, and they massively deserve all the success that they've gotten in 1 hour 15 minutes to fully funding. They deserve it.
Oh, the mods
Like
are
this is what
asleep.
Kickstarter was for.
No one's posted it yet. Jacob, can you
Oh,
handle that?
I'm on it.
So
I'm on it.
I have the invite. Oh
It's in the
crap.
chat now.
Oh brother. No. We got something way. All right. Oh, it's not unwrapped yet. David Connor Shover just emailed me a picture of his wrapped 18-pound brisket.
Oh, send me that. That's going behind me right now.
All right. I will send you the photo. Give me just a second. Let me do that real quick. I will send David Connor Shover just sent me the photo of the brisket. Ladies and gentlemen, how the hell do I copy a damn photo into Outlook?
Discord?
In Outlook. I don't know how to do it.
You have to save it.
There it is.
You have to download it.
No, I don't. I did it. It's going. It check your Discord DMs. It's going in there.
Spectrum, do it faster.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good.
Oh, they get to reveal their stretch goals on Monday, Luke says.
Oh.
See, now you all can't be mad at us for our food tangents because you all are also causing this problem. So it's not our fault.
Okay, let's try this again. Image background needs to be this one. There we go. So now it's a fake background. Oh no, it's not. It's a fake background. There we go. And now I can change the image. There we go. Oh, that's
Keep
so
going down
big.
a little bit more. Nope, bring it back.
There we go. Oh.
Your head is blocking half of the brisket.
Yeah, I know, but then I'm just gonna be like, boom.
Brisket.
Ooh.
Look at that. That's a big sum. Amber's gonna be so mad. Well, Amber's getting a massage, so she can't be mad right now. But
make a bit of it there.
Yeah. Oh, look at that brisket. Now, we.
Oh,
Jacob is surrounded by meat.
The meat man. Yes.
Arby's gonna send us a cease and desist now.
Look, I even got rid of the and like showing off the thing. I put on a different thing.
Now your background's white.
Yeah, I know, because there we go.
I thought you were like screaming into the abyss.
Into the void.
Okay, so oh crap. Guys, we need to get the Pika to 150,000. Luke said if we get it to 150K, I'll add a replacement for the +4 as an option. I was literally modeling it yesterday. Luke, I don't think I can legally offer sexual favors for a replacement hot end for the +4, but if I could, I would.
All I'm saying is Grant loves being called a good boy.
That is unsubstantiated.
All I'm saying is earlier in this stream, Grant was expecting me to say it like Pavlov's dog.
Luke said he wouldn't accept it. I'm a gentle and kind lover.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Don't lie to them. Don't lie in YouTube. We'll clip this and we'll pull it back
His
every
void
time.
says Grant will do things with your hot end if you make him the right hot end. It's happily. Oh, your business partner is your spouse. Oh, that.
Well, make sure I send my condolences to them because they have to put up with you doing this now.
You know, that would actually be a great. So we're gonna have Luke on at some point, likely
that'd
after.
be so much fun.
Likely after the Kickstarter's fully done. We will have to discuss what it's like having a business with your spouse as the business partner. It is way harder than people think. Way harder. YGK with the Canadian $6.99 saying dropping off now. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, boss man. Hey, it was great seeing you. Be very curious to see your contracts. I don't have yours. I have somebody else's, but I want to see everyone's contract with Elyarchi to see if it's just different.
Copy them. Just lay them on.
Like put them into like a, I don't know, like a comparator thingy. I don't know. So Luke said my wife works just as much as I do. Dude, A+. Thank you, sir. Have a good day, Taylor. Enjoy your day. I mean, to be clear, the only thing keeping a bamboo hot, there's two things really keeping a bamboo hot end from the +4 is a printed bracket and a thermocouple and the right cables, but you can crimp the right cables yourself. That's the only things that are keeping a bamboo hot end from working on a +4. So,
Lost in Tech coming in late to the Elyarchi conversation. So you haven't missed too much other than 2 hours of us ranting about how badly Elyarchi have shat the bed. They basically come out and threatened a small creator with threatening to go to YouTube, such a "Mom, they're doing something I don't like" response to take his video down, all because the guy was honest. He wasn't negative. He was honest. It was a really good video, and he got a response back from Elyarchi basically threatening to remove his video or he's going to be punished in some way. And it was disgusting. It is an absolute insult to the industry. It's an insult to creators. It's an insult to the people who are trying to back them on Kickstarter. And I'm getting frustrated again. It winds me up. This is something that I thought we got over as an industry. Like, people realize don't bully the creators in our industry, and it's so frustrating to see it come up again. It is disgusting. And any company that decides to do that can go fuck right off.
Basically.
That's it. Like, yeah, we do not have a place for that in this industry, and I will call it out every single time.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't mind who I ruffle feathers with.
Let's do it again. Let's read it. If this is quoted, they threatened the print house, and we've got a quote. If the video is not removed, I will be forced to escalate the situation by reporting the issue to YouTube and informing our industry contacts and other brand partners of this breach of professional conduct. That is what Elyarchi sent to the print house after they produced a video being not positive, but they were being negative in a positive way. They were being
the video's like an engineering breakdown. They were being and just really nicely done.
So professional.
Yeah, it was a good video. It was hopeful that they will fix the issues he's identified, positive about the things he likes. It was a good video. And then they come in with this attitude, and it is disgusting to see. And it does reek of we're only doing this because you're tiny, and we think we're bigger than we actually are.
And that's
as
disgusting.
Much as Elyarchi think they have no power. Like, Elyarchi is a micro company of a micro company. They've not even made a product, and they're acting like they are Prusa. And like they're acting like they're Bamboo Lab with that massive, I have the weight of the world and I can stop you from doing stuff, and they don't have that. And it's disgusting.
To be clear, The title of the video is "They Sent Me a Mess, but I Still Believe in This Peak Monster, Elyarchi Alchemist." Like, the amount of clickbait title that could be so much worse than that. That is the most honest title you could have for this.
Yep.
And by the way, that video is up to 889 views now. It was at 859 when we first checked. It's at 889, so it's gotten 40 more views from people just going over to it now. Yeah, Same Old Shane says, it's been years since the 3DP community was being a expletive deleted to the community. I mean, Bamboo was the last one that I can think of. Then before that, we had issues with Creality. But yeah, this
like,
very
we've
strong
had
scientific.
grumblings, but this is so in your face, where the others were big company seeing millions of pounds burning because you said something for Bamboo, or it's like a more general thing of just the ethos, and they got fixed. Like, everyone has their stances now. But this, however, is just, it's disgusting. It's an insult to Kickstarter. It's an insult to all their backers. It's an insult to you. It's an insult to me. I am a company before I am a person, and I'm a creator before I am a company. It's an insult to all of that. It's an insult to every single person, including themselves. It's dangerous for Elyarchi to do that, because it ruins what they're trying to do, which is make a good brand that people trust. If you don't have the trust, you can't have a brand. If you don't have a brand, you don't have a product. And they've shot themselves in the foot because they wanted to bully a smaller creator who was just being hopefully positive in a collaborative way.
Oh, yeah,
And
I
it's
mean,
bad.
the amount of, like, weird problems we've seen with this machine, and we've talked about it, I think, pretty much every single week for the past, like, 3 or 4 weeks. And just, like, all the little random things that are coming out that make us trust this less and less and less and less and less.
And then this happened.
Yeah, then this happened.
It was that slow decline and then just the cliff.
Yeah.
And it's bad to see. And I'm hopeful that they will see this video and decide to take a serious look at themselves, which they probably won't do because people don't change. Or other companies in this sector or getting into this sector realize we're not a big enough sector where you can throw this around. No. We are still a community before we are an industry.
Yep.
And if you decide to start throwing that I'm a company no matter what size and I'm going to throw it in your face attitude, it's going to get called out. And it's going to be bad for everyone. And it is bad for everyone because people like Elyarchi will slow down adoption of newer machines. Like, it's true. Like, there's now less faith in Kickstarter printers because Elyarchi have done this.
Was there ever faith in Kickstarter printers?
Barely.
Since the Peachy? No. No.
Like, it started going up slowly. Again, trust is something that you build up over years, lose in seconds.
Trust is
and it started
earned,
going up with
given.
Yeah. It started going up with Bamboo Lab. It started going up with us. It's going up because of Luke and his successful Kickstarter. Like, all of these good 3D printing related Kickstarters where they are successful and they pull off what they say builds trust in Kickstarter. Then Elyarchi come along and go, oh, screw you. You don't trust Kickstarter because it could be one of those companies. It breaks the foundation.
I guess I just worry heavily that if for some reason this does work and they get the video taken down, that there's now been a precedent set. But I will say the print house, Jerry, but the print house, get blacklisted. Leave the video up. You owe them nothing. That you gave your honest opinion. You did it in a positive way. You did every single thing right. You did not defame. You didn't damage. You didn't do anything. You made a video about your experiences with the machine. That's it. You did your job.
Even if you decide to remove your video,
don't.
I'm still happy you came forward and you said this. Like, you could have been bullied away, but you didn't. And I will never be the person to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, because you know your situation better than both of us. But you have so much respect for me for just posting that thing, allowing us to talk about this, not removing your video yet. If you are planning on removing your video, the fact it's still up is so like nice to me. You gained my subscription to your YouTube channel instantly, which is very hard for me. But also just from a like, we have a short list of creators we would be willing to work with. We are a micro company. We cannot choose everyone. You are at the top of that list because I now know what your stance is
It's
with.
the top of the list, you son of a bitch.
Sure, there's a few people at the top of the list. You're in the middle now.
The middle?
Bad boy. Yeah, too bad.
Okay, I'm gonna remember that.
But because you, and even now, you've just said you're refusing to remove the video. That is a level of maturity and just honesty and transparency that makes it very good for us to work with you. You are now in the good books of us. It doesn't mean anything. We're tiny. We don't mean anything. But I like to think that my ethos is similar to the community's ethos. We value your integrity, and that integrity is worth so much in this industry.
Integrity above all else. Just straight up integrity above all else. Because at the end of the day, if your word isn't worth anything, then your videos aren't either. We have creators that you all are talking about in the chat right now saying you don't trust them. They're a paid shill. I'm not mentioning who it is, and neither should you, Jacob. If you want to figure out who it is, you'll have to, look at the chat. We don't have an opinion regarding that individual because it's not our professional place to do so. However, you
also, I don't
formed...
actually blame the individual at all. I support him for that because he's still running a business.
You all have formed your opinions based on what you've seen, right? And people form opinions about me. They say I'm a Bamboo hater. They say I'm a Purusha shill. What else do they say about me?
Bad hair. Penguin.
They call me a penguin, that's right.
Which is funny because a penguin's actually a compliment in the UK.
Luke said, I hear Luke's lab is a shill for Luke's lab. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, companies that try to remove an individual's truth are a problem. And, well, while I can't say that Bamboo did that to me, because they didn't, what they did is they presented an alternate truth, their truth, to their customer base, and when we proved their truth to be a lie, they never updated anything. So, and that's the trick. Because they control the narrative for what people see on their side, they made a smart move by never mentioning it was me. So they never sent more people our way to see our video because they had the inkling that I had the evidence to prove what I said, and we did. And so because that didn't happen, the Streisand effect didn't happen, they won. And you know what? Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yep.
Right? Shane, can I chime in about bad things about Grant?
Yes. Yep. I will never stop you. Not once.
But yeah, dude, I get it. If you're mean and rude to a company, they're not going to put you on their reviewer list. But if you're honest, then there's no reason that you should be unincluded, right? Or uninvited. I feel like we've come into a world where companies will only give machines to people that are being nice. And I believe that, if anything, it's the people that are hypercritical. Like the fact that Bamboo gave a machine to Adam Vector 3D to take apart.
Yep. I like that move.
That
was
great.
A really smart and nice
move from Bamboo, right? Because he's going to be critical. Now,
yep.
And what was his critical? I have no idea how they afforded all this engineering. It's called data collection. Allegedly. That's how they afforded it.
Seriously though, go watch the video if you haven't
Yeah,
after this stream.
his
It's worth it.
teardown of that H2D was absolutely
Gorgeous.
stellar.
It was brilliantly filmed, and looking at how the H2D is assembled, you go, what?
How?
Because there's so much
How?
going on in it. He made a sentence about the hot end is more complex than most printers. He's right.
He's right.
That hot end is honestly more complex than most. Like our hot end is 3 bolts and it holds itself together. Their hot end is 55 bolts, and that's just to get to the subframe.
But damn if it ain't pretty.
Oh, it's really pretty. You know what?
It's
I'm just
pretty in
gonna
a way
gush
that worries
about
me
Bamboo
when the
Lab
first
on one
comes.
thing. I love Bamboo Lab's like industrial design aesthetic. The hard soft. Like hard edges but smoothed out ever so slightly. Like that kind of mass-produced, slightly plasticky vibe, but also like that quality texturing they add to it. I really like that level of industrial design. And you know what made me really, really upset? Is they hid so many beautiful things with those just bent side panels. They have this gorgeous, like semi-skeletonized, like subframe.
I want to
I
see
just want
how
plastic
it
stuff.
works.
I want to see it.
I
want
already
to see
said
it.
that I would buy an A1 or an A1 Mini if they released the clear panels, the clear enclosure for that they sent to creators. I'd buy one. I don't want it. I couldn't use it for my business, but I want it. I want it because it's really cool. Yeah, it just Bamboo shows what government-backed, VC-backed industrial manufacturing with access to effectively unlimited levels of funds can get you. And that's okay. Prusa shows you what happens when you have a company that is woefully inefficient, but its inefficiency is its greatest strength and also its greatest weakness, where it has over 1,000 employees effectively hand building every single one of these printers that go out the door. We've showed you how it's done, and we're going to introduce you to more of the people that work at Prusa. Prusa's not afraid to allow people in their doors that are going to say, hey, I want to interview this person, and I'm going to ask him whatever I want. Okay. Is it okay if we have a rep in the room? It is, but I don't want them looking at the interviewer or the interviewee, because I don't want any facial expression to be like, don't answer that or dodge that answer. And they had no problem with it. No problem with it. They were fine.
Yep.
We have
and Elyarchi is a great example of how to shit the bed.
We have such a great interview with the director of Prusa Polymers. It is such a good interview, and I know it's going to perform poorly. Because it is, on screen, it's very boring. It's 2 dudes talking. There is no B-roll, there's nothing. It is a white wall, it's a white room, white background, like it's a random room in the Prusa factory, so we could do the work because we cannot film the extrusion lines. That's just, it's a thing. You're not allowed to film the Prusa extrusion lines. It's IP, it's their stuff. Totally fine.
It makes 100% sense.
100%
If anyone doesn't get it,
that
industrial espionage is a real thing, and this level of what Prusa's doing, they must protect. It's
ridiculous. I've
have to protect it.
It's funny. I saw their extrusion line in the United States before I saw it in Prague. But like that video, I know is going to perform poorly. But I will tell you, if you want to really understand what Prusa is as a company, if you want to understand their ethos, you will really enjoy that video. And if you want to like hear from someone who is fundamentally passionate about their job, you're going to love it. Do understand that we will release a longer variant to our members, channel members, so that's $1 higher on any of the streams, and you'll be able to watch it early via the Discord. So, but I will say, I know that video is not going to do well, but it is so important to me to introduce everybody to the people that make Prusa special, because if you just look at them as a printer company and you compare them to every other printer company out there, the edge is not 100% obvious. when you realize that everything is done by humans, the edge is obvious. The edge is obvious. They give a damn. It's not, and they're humans that actually get paid real money. So, yeah, it's a whole thing. And one day, this show will go to Prague, and you guys will. Oh, how cool if we could do a live show at Prague. That'd be cool.
Be really cool.
And we could probably do it in the studio. That'd be even cooler.
Oh, that would be fun.
Filming in that studio, they have all the lights. There's a robot arm in there for the cameras. They have a universal. Oh man. Oh yeah.
Oh, we need someone behind the scenes that is just on a little switchboard to go between multiple camera shots. Proper professional.
Get subscribed if you want to see
Vaseline
that. Just get subscribed if you want to see that. Simple as that. Let's see.
Actually, I can say this. For anyone watching, next week's show, we should be able to fix my Vaseline camera issue. So look forward to that. I can promise the camera quality will be very different.
Are we deep enough to give a little hint? I think so.
Maybe.
I think so.
I already gave just a little hint.
If you are listening to this audio only, it's too late. I will tell you that. If you are watching this live, there will be a special episode of this podcast next week. If all goes well, there will be 2 episodes of this podcast next week, both of them live. So that's all we're going to tell you. But there's a lot that is special that is happening. I think you guys will heavily enjoy it. But stay tuned, because this will be, well, I guess in that instance, a 2-of-a-kind show. But this will be a very, very rare occurrence that will likely not happen very often. So if you do want to catch it when it's live, because it will be live, make sure to get subscribed, ring that notification bell, leave a like, grab some merch, enter to win some filament, support our sponsors, call to action, yada, yada.
And yes,
Rob Lutter
Max
says
H,
just really been in
one
Jacob's
of them
closet
will
the
be
whole
on
time.
Mother's Day. The other one might not be.
It would be very funny if we did a show and I had a fake background and I did just like open the door of your closet.
Yeah, just the glass door just
that
slides.
would be so funny.
That would be quite funny.
All right, we'll have to do that next time we get together in the UK. That would be.
No. I can set you up over there. So I used to have a second computer station over there.
Oh yeah.
Stream, and then you just get up and walk behind mine
Jacob,
to get something in the
Jacob,
back.
you need to turn this way. No, Jacob, turn this way. And I get up, Jacob, turn this way, and then I sit back down and we mention nothing else.
Yeah, you still have the Vaseline cam and everything. Like nothing else changes.
Man, I take this camera with me everywhere. Lorenzo's asking where you can find where they can find more about the Construct 2.
At the moment, emails is the best thing. It's still a little bit in flux. We are solidifying everything. So we're currently doing new chamber heaters, new exhaust fans. We have a new hot swap system for all of the chamber. So all of the connectors for the lights, the exhaust fans, everything, they're now on quick disconnects. So you can actually strip the entire machine without having to unplug anything. Absolutely amazing. You'll never need it. But that's part of what's going on. So far, the main spec that you need to just keep in mind is it will be AMS compatible. So we're making an AMS for underneath it.
Oh, I'm like the actual Bamboo AMS?
Oh, no, our AMS.
Okay, I was like,
No, it will be better. I wish it will be AMS compatible, like Bamboo style. I think there's an open mod coming that might make theirs open for others. I remember reading somewhere.
Big Tree Tech. Well, I'll see him in a couple of weeks. We'll talk about it.
All the internals are all Wago connected, as somebody's just mentioned. Like, it's all super, like, user reliable, user repairable and everything. In terms of print thing, it is currently 340 in the X, 390 in the Y, and 400 in the Z. Heated chamber of 75 degrees, and it can print at between 320 and 600 millimeters per second at pretty much any layer height, because the melt chamber is 45 millimeters long. So we're looking at about 45 cubic millimeters per second of flow. which is shit tons.
Spicy.
Oh, and 900 point bed leveling.
Because
900.
eddy current probes.
Eddy current probes. Yeah.
I want to try one, but I need an adult.
You will get one eventually.
I feel like every show I end up with a new Voron problem. This one I have a dead octopus board. So I'm gonna talk with Steve. We're gonna find some way to make a joke out of this one too. I don't know what joke, but we're gonna find a way to make a joke. So, yeah, a lot of people are like, I now have to buy this machine. It is not going to be cheap. All right, you're planning around like the hopeful is around the $10,000 US dollar price point.
So with tax, we're aiming at just under, like literally smidge under the 10,000 mark.
$9,995. You know.
Yeah, like most countries, 10,000 is the limit for you needing multiple quotes to buy a machine versus you could just buy a machine. So we're aiming for that price point. Oh, is it 5? Oh, that's sucky. Oh, fine. 40 grand for the US now. No. We're aiming for
government. It's normally $5 a P card purchase.
Okay. But yeah, we're aiming for just sub under 10 grand. It will be price matched to most countries, so you might actually get a better sale if you buy it in America, because I'd rather keep it under 10 grand American and then 10 grand UK, so it's kind of price matched depending on the area. If we notice you buy it in US dollars and then ship it to the UK, we will cancel your order. We can do that.
I didn't do that for flights.
Yes, you did. I saw you do it live.
That's the joke, Jacob. The joke is it's what I did. We found out that on some airlines, if you transfer the currency to Hungarian forint, you get a, like, what was it, like $80 discount on a $400 flight or something like that. That was when we were leaving. It was at your house that we did it, because the flights went down considerably in price for us to get home. And I'm like, I wonder, they let me choose other currency. I wonder. And they were running a spread on the currency. So we paid in Hungarian forint. And because one of my credit cards has no foreign transaction fees, I went ahead and bought it in the forint, and I saved like $80. It was great. That was a lot of, I remember that. That was very funny. We're like quickly getting computers set up to buy it. It was very, I totally remember that. Yeah, so if you're able to buy in other currencies, just check, because
you might get
companies
some good
run
deals.
Spreads. I can tell you, for some flights that we have coming up, I could have saved upwards of $10 by using a different currency. However, using the local currency netted me more, because I could use a different credit card with more cash back. So always understand what your credit cards offer you if you're going to put travel on it. It's like, we have a dedicated travel card for the company. We have a regular credit card, and then we have an Amazon credit card. And hilariously, it's the Amazon credit card that has no foreign transaction fee. So when we travel, I always pay with my Amazon card, because it has no. Otherwise, it's like $10 or $15 every single time. But yeah, I got more back by using the
alternative currency.
No, well, on the most recent travel, I got more back by using a different credit card than I did using alternative currency. So,
okay.
If companies, I'm sorry, but if companies give me the ability to do it, I'm going to test it. The same way that a company gave me a very obvious coupon code for 5% off, so I added a 0 to it, and it still worked.
Oh, that's on them. That's their problem.
That's not my fault. If you
honestly, that's a them problem. Technically, coupon codes are public facing.
Yeah, if you make
they are not secretive.
If you make your coupon codes so easy a caveman can decipher it, then you're an idiot, and it's not my fault.
Yep.
So, I forget what company that was, but I vividly remember doing it. It's funny. I remember the act. I don't remember the company.
Chad Kreider asking for Pika Construct. possible. We are looking at maybe reduxing the C1 with some newer technology. Not on the pipeline, so don't expect it anytime soon, but Pika might be an option. Ironically, I did just send Luke an email asking if he would be willing to send us some CAD files so I could possibly mock up what it would look like.
It's a bamboo hothead.
Yeah, but you never know. There might be complications, and that's why you ask for the CAD. Also,
Luke
when
said
you start
heard it
doing
here
really
first,
fun
arriving
things,
tomorrow.
brilliant. But yeah, like you never know when there's complications with designs that you can work around if you don't have the CAD.
Yeah, like I
And
don't
somebody
know.
was asking for the index. Index construct might happen as well if we are allowed to do it, because it's up to Bontech if they let us use their technology. And I know Bontech are going to be doing their launch in November, I think.
I think that's the plan.
So don't expect anything earlier than November, because if they're not going to release it publicly, it also means we probably can't use it at the same time.
I just want to see the index in person. Like that's just. I'm bummed they're not going to Rocky Mountain because I won't be able to see it at Rocky Mountain. But I'm very excited to see it in person for the first time whenever that happens, and you can be sure that we will make a video of it. I promise you.
Yep.
Luke said it's
I
effing
can't
awesome in
promise
person, like super duper clever.
I can't promise it'll be 50% of the video is us just gushing over how it looks again.
Yeah, I will only be visible from the waist up. Be very clear about that, because I might. Never mind.
The table did not have legs when we went in. Let's just say that it's being held up alternative methods.
Yeah, honestly, I think that the index represents probably the bleeding edge for this industry right now, and I can't wait for Bontech to patent it, as they should, and I can't wait for the Chinese.
Well, no, they must have already patented. So in Europe, there isn't a grace period in Europe. It is you've done it, then you go public. If you go public, you can never do it. In America, you get a 1-year grace period. So you can go public before you patent.
If you do a provisional patent. If you don't do a provisional patent, there is no grace period.
So the way I've been told by our IP lawyer is even if you don't have a provisional, they can backdate the provisional up to a year.
Sometimes
and
they
can,
but they often
3 years
don't.
afterwards.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
look,
1 year.
Luke's on my side.
What?
There you go. America is broken. That's why.
Okay, well...
Do you know how nice it would have been that we could have shown off our technology and then seen if it would have been popular before we started patenting? Yeah.
I always tell people to get provisionals. It's easier. Who asked it? Oh, Maker's Corner says, wait, Grant, are you going to Rocky Mountain? Yes, we will be at Rocky Mountain Rep Festival. We will be there. I will be. Jacob will not. Sorry, Jacob.
I know. Mountains don't do good.
We need more people to subscribe and donate, become channel members and things to get you over to Colorado, so we can just get in a car, drive up into the mountains, and I can make continued poor Fast and Furious references. And I'm gonna remember the last year when we were driving up through the mountains and a guy came absolutely screaming by in an older, I think it was a 928 Porsche. Let me just make sure that's the right one. Just absolutely screaming by. Yes, it is the 928, the ugly Porsche. Still beautiful, but the ugly Porsche came screaming by us. And, you know, I'm spirited in my driving. He was doing probably 30 over, but not dangerous, right? Wasn't squealing tires, going around the corners totally fine, no big deal. And, like 4 miles later, we see him pull over on the side of the road. I'm like, son of a bitch, got caught by the cops. I'm like, he was just having a good time. He wasn't hurting nobody. He wasn't getting close. He was passing with plenty of room. He was more than fine. Was he driving fast? Absolutely. But he was well within the control of that vehicle, and the cop got him. I'm very upset by that. Luke's Lab has a Golf R. You are an ass. So the only car I can upgrade from my Golf R is the Taycan. Taycan GT, because wagons are better. Wagons are better. Or a Volvo 240, the old diesel Volvos with an LS swap and a big nasty turbo or supercharger. But yeah, if you get the Taycan, get the GT, because it is absolutely significantly a prettier car. I have a 23-year-old Honda. It's terrible. I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
But
Wild Mo with the Turismo for the Autismo. That works. I like that.
Chad Kreider says, I need to drive up to Southwest Florida, buy you a drink because I love your unwavering honesty. I respect it. I go down to Miami every now and then. We have family down there, so we visit. So just, I don't know, send me a message or something, and if I remember, I'll tell you next time I go down. Let's see.
Also, Luke, if you didn't get the hint earlier, check your emails. You haven't responded to me. I want to know.
He said tomorrow.
Please. Oh, was that relating to the emails? Okay.
I believe so.
I'll give you benefit of doubt. I'll give you benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. He
Hold,
saw the
hold me on
email.
edge.
Willie saw it. Willie don't care. That's what Luke says.
Oh.
Willie heard you.
Teasing
Willie don't
with me
care. Yeah. Oh, look, now we're getting to turbos. All right. Let's have a car war in the chat right now. Turbo versus supercharger. Go. And why? I want to know why you're a turbo fan or you're a supercharger fan. If you wanted to, you can bring in pro charger, but I'm just gonna rope that in.
No,
with
keep it small. Yeah, put that into super. Don't leave that on turbo.
F it, twin charge. He's got a 2016 Golf R, 2011 Toyota Sienna. I have a 2002 Honda Accord EX V6, so it's the two-door V6, OG VTEC, proper. Turbocharged.
I actually saw the other day a Honda Accord on the road in the UK. Now, Honda Accord is not a popular car in the UK.
Yeah.
The first thing was I thought of you, so screw you. You've infected my mind now. And second, it just reminded me how much I love how the Accord looks. Like, the aesthetics are really nice. There's just like, it's not too bubbly, but it's not too smooth. And it's just, I really like the Accord.
I think my Accord, the body style of the 98 to 02 Accord, was probably one of the better body styles that Honda ever made for that car. I will say the newer Civic Rs, the Type Rs, absolutely beautiful. I think they did a good job. The wing is a little excessive. The center-mounted exhaust I hate because that means I can't put a hitch on it. All that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I like cars. By the way, if people are wondering, it takes at least 6 years, potentially upwards of 8, if you plasti dip the roof of your 2002 Honda white because your paint was fading because you live in Florida and you park your car out in the sun because shade is under a tree that just makes the paint damage worse. It takes about 6 to 8 years for that plasti dip to start to fail with a pressure washer. I only know this because I am currently slowly peeling all the plasti dip off the roof of my car. With that being said, it is peeling off way better than I expected. So,
have you just considered really badly doing a self-wrap job just for your roof?
I am like, well, so now the roof is actually in better condition than other body panels that face upwards. Which is kind of funny. So I'm now between dipping the whole car, wrapping the whole car, or painting the whole car. And unless I can get a relatively affordable paint job, all of this will be DIY.
Okay.
So,
well, if you're going to go down the wrapping route, you could get custom artwork made.
It is way too expensive. So if I go down the wrap route, I'm probably going like Nardo, Agrigio Terresto, like the typical grays, or I might just try to match the factory silver gray that it is already. I live down a dirt road. I can't deal with showing all the dirt.
Well, you're not going to get the cappuccino gold or whatever it's called, that slightly goldeny silver.
Dreams Void, Doug. Oh my god, yes. D-brand, I would wrap my car in that same freaking stuff that Linus did. 100% would do it. Is so freaking cool. But yeah, I need to do something with my car's paint. It's single stage paint from the early 2000s. The fact that it's this far down the road,
I mean, that's lasted a long period of time.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, but the problem now with dip is that unless it's black, white or primer gray, you have to go to Dip My Car because they bought the licensing for all the colors, and they're
Oh,
quite expensive. I dipped the whole roof with rattle cans of Plasti Dip. I did 5 coats. It was like $30 in rattle cans. And the cool thing is, you don't tape anything off. You can if you want, but you don't have to. You just, on glass with a razor blade, it scrapes right off.
yep.
And on the plastic, you just run your finger around it and it comes right off. It's great. Tarzman says no, or not waste money on a 25-year-old car. It isn't worth the money you'd be wasting on it. Yeah, but I really do love that car. It needs work, but I do love that car. Anyways, car stuff.
Oh,
Yeah. Long days. So
Oh.
yeah, we got some surprises for you guys planned here. We've got potentially, I mean, unless something goes horribly wrong, there will be a second show next week. We
Yep.
will not tell you when, but there will be a second show next week unless something goes horribly wrong.
And you can look forward to a fixed blurry cam.
Yes.
So, there you go. That's the hint.
Well, I mean,
there's a hardware change, so that
Yeah,
kind
there's
of
hardware
comes with a
changes.
better camera. There's a hardware change.
Yeah.
Dial your expectations back a bit. It's just a different camera.
yeah. Don Hunt says 25-year-old car is considered classic. Not in Florida. It's 30 years now. I just want my blue plate, damn it. I want my blue plate. I gotta keep this car for another
Wait,
7
you get a
years so I can
different
get a blue
plate?
plate. You get a blue plate for a classic car.
Oh, we don't get that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh,
Luke says
my
expectations
2002
are
Honda
sky
Civic
high.
is a classic.
I mean, yeah. Look, the fact that I can still work on it is good. It still needs work. It's throwing an SRS light. I don't know why. That actually has to go into a mechanic. I can't fix it. So,
Can you just get like a 20 quid Bluetooth
yep.
code scanner?
Yeah, SRS is airbags.
Do not press them.
It
Don't
doesn't.
do that.
I have 2 code readers. Neither of them pull the code for the SRS light. So something is wrong. I need to figure out what
don't
it
mess
is.
around with your airbags. Like
Yep.
explosions within
Yep.
proximity to your body, keep them away from your
Here's
body.
where it's even funnier. They're Takata airbags. And car guys know Takata airbags are basically hand grenades. They're known for having shrapnel. My car's had 6 or 7 recalls over the airbags in its life. So the fix for the recall was recalled. Think about that. So when we go to Rocky
Have you
Mountain,
considered just taking the airbags out?
I mean,
Not by you, because that's stupid, and just getting rid of them.
No, they're not. They don't work right now. When the SRS
Good.
light is on, the airbags do not work.
It's probably safer they don't work.
So when we go to Rocky Mountain, I'm dropping my car off at the mechanic, and I'm going to say, go through her, tell me what's wrong, and let me know, call me, text me, and we'll approve it. I'm going to give him a budget and say, you can do all the work you want up to this budget. Once you hit this budget, you got to start calling me. So I'm probably going to give him like $500 or $600 budget. I don't know, maybe $1,000. I don't know. I have a really, really, really good mechanic. So Mike Sterling says, I got you, Grant. Sterling Auto, Florida. If you really want to fix it, you're 30 minutes from me. No shit, really? Sterling Auto, Florida. You're in Hudson. You're about an hour. All right. Call me on Monday, or call me when you're open. If you Google the shop, we have a public phone number, so call me. Let's chat. You do like truck stuff. This is an old Honda, my brother. This is not so I'm looking at your website. It's square body, step side, Dodge Ram, like bigger Dodge Rams. Are you sure that you work on Hondas that aren't diesel? I know you drive an oldie. Look, man, I'm not trying to get a handout, right? That's the one. Be very clear. Who's complaining? Which one of you is complaining? I don't know who's complaining. One of the printers complaining. How far is Spring Hill? About an hour. Hudson's about an hour. I'm in Wesley Chapel. You could Google my company address. I'm in Wesley Chapel. You can Google it. It was the bamboo that's complaining. Go figure. But yeah, I'm about an hour from Spring Hill.
It's because it doesn't have a Pika hot end.
It's. Oh wait, it's refeeding. Why are you angry? I don't know why it's angry. It's refeeding.
Filament spool jam. Because if it jams, it pulls it out and then pushes it back in.
Oh, it's backfeeding again. Something's not happy. The spool's probably caught somewhere. It's fine.
But yeah, look.
Mike, just call me.
Sure?
It's fine. It'll throw an error. When's the screen gonna turn on and give me an error? Come on. No? Okay, whatever, I don't care. Mike, just call me on Monday and we'll figure it out. I normally go down to Cruise Motorsports off of Nebraska. Chris Cruz down there's an amazing guy. I love working with him. But totally happy to work with somebody else. With that being said, I do not want a deal. Okay? I am totally happy that you're a fan and you like the channel and all that, and I'm happy to come out and meet you. But I don't want like special pricing. Like this is ethics, okay?
Good friends don't undercharge your other friends.
Now, the car's not worth a ton of money, so like be nice. But like to be clear, I don't want a special deal. My morals and ethics tell me that I can't. So call me. I mean, you can call me after the stream if you want. I don't care. But otherwise, just call me on Monday. And we'll get it sorted. But yeah, I don't know why the SRS light is there. It's got an issue starting up. There's a bunch of weird problems with it. I mean,
it's a 2002 Honda. She's lived a good life.
Yeah, I think I need to clean the injector, so I got to build an injector cleaner, and I might need to do a fuel pump. But whatever. I don't know. Yeah, but who asked how far I was? Yeah, Hanger 51 asked how far I am from Spring Hill. Yeah, so about an hour. The drive to Spring Hill is nice. It's one of like the more backcountry roads in the area. It's Bellamy Brothers Way takes me out to Spring Hill basically. I go out there from time to time. We would go kayaking out at Three Sisters, somewhat near Spring Hill. Very, very nice natural spring in Florida. If you ever come to Florida, we'll go out there. So might be due to fuel pump, original fuel pump. It could be a fuel pump. I don't know. It runs totally fine. I can put it in a VTEC. I can redline the car. It doesn't matter once it's started. So it's either clogged injectors or it's fuel pump at this point. But yeah, we'll figure it out. No big deal. Right now it just doesn't have airbags, so it's fine. I drive such an old car, no one gets near me anyways. They recognize that their car payment's worth more than my entire car, so it's no big deal. Yeah, I think it's injectors too. It has theoretically rebuildable injectors, but I don't want to pull the intake manifold right now to get to the injectors, so... Anyways, way off topic. Small businesses. Whether you are an auto body, you're an auto body company, you work on cars, whatever it is, don't be dicks to people that give you reviews. Don't be mean to people that give you less than positive feedback. There's a lot of opportunity that you can learn from someone like the print house who was professionally critical. I think that is very, very, very kind of them to be as professionally critical as they were.
Yep.
Because they presented it in a way that Elyarchi has ability to fix these problems.
Yep. It was nicely analyzed. It was broken down. It wasn't, this is bad because I don't like it. It was far from opinion without it being fact, if that makes sense. Yep. It's this very nicely analyzed, broken down viewpoint that is actionable. Actionable viewpoints are something worth their weight in gold. And if Elyarchi played their cards right, it could have made exceptionally good faith for their company.
Oh my god, yeah. Like you basically produce a video of all the negative stuff that have come out from these videos and say, this is our fix, this is our fix, this is our fix, this is our fix, this is our fix. Dude, we would be sitting here saying, if you didn't get in on this Kickstarter, you made a mistake. Right? Yep. Or maybe not that
our
specific,
tone would be very different.
Our tone would be
so
like
positive.
We'd be singing the praises. Companies that take people's feedback and use it as ways to fix things are, in my opinion, doing it the right way, right? Like when we spoke with Prussia years ago, and many people did, about the fact that their boxes have a lot of material in them that is not recyclable. They brought on a professional in this industry to fix it. He's been a podcast guest to make it better. And now Prussia packaging is so much better. And like 99% of it, or something ridiculously high, is recycled in and of itself and recyclable further. Yes, foam makes stuff safer, but you can do it right with cardboard too.
Yep.
Mind you.
And there is a place for foam. Don't.
Oh yeah.
If you're making a mindset in what packaging to do, you still have to do the math of, is the waste in foam less than the overall waste of if you went something better, but something got damaged?
Yep.
That is a legitimate math thing that most companies are doing, or at least hopefully doing. In the UK, you legally have to do it. You have to work out your carbon footprint based on your packaging.
Not here.
Good old EU laws being EU laws again. But there is a place for certain things. Prusa have done it perfectly. They took the feedback, they actioned the feedback, and they've come out with a solution that works for everyone.
And you know what? They make it so much easier for me to dispose of the boxes. I just take them into the backyard and burn them.
Yep.
Although I can't right now because we're under a burn ban. Oh, I have so many boxes.
The sun made it caught fire. Ooh.
I have so no. Like, we haven't had rain in like 3 weeks. Like, yeah,
don't do that.
The reason there are burn bans is so you don't start a forest fire. Because
I keep forgetting that you don't live in the UK where it rains every 4 days.
Because, good sir, only you can prevent forest fires. You don't understand.
I can already tell. No, I can already tell that's caused PTSD to half or 80% of the viewers.
Yeah, that bad.
That sounds immediately like a government PSA. Here's how to do something level of
Smokey the Bear. It was a whole PSA. Like when I was a kid. Yeah, it was a whole thing. But it's not inaccurate, right? Like, clean up your campsites. Don't throw matches. Don't throw cigarettes. We had a huge issue in Florida where it was so dry, where people were flicking cigarette butts out of their car into the median or into the shoulder. It was starting fires. We had multiple major fires from cigarettes.
At that level, I would be more worried about just everything conflagrating instead of the cigarettes causing fires.
Google says it is 30 degrees Celsius, mostly sunny, or 84 degrees Fahrenheit. So, what is Smokey the Bear's middle name? Is it the? I don't know. Yeah, does Florida have a law against littering cigarettes? I don't know. I don't smoke. Robinette? I don't. It's the. It is. I said the. Yeah, Max H was doing a joke. Yeah. Anyways, look, as a company, the people that are critical of you are the most valuable. Now, if they're acting in rule number 2 for whatever reason, then ignore them. But if they're operating rule number 1, like the print house was,
yep, you take them on board,
dude.
That was so much free. Like, if you gave it to a consultant to look at your machine and come back with it, that is tens of thousands.
Yeah, I was gonna say that video, if they took it seriously, could be worth $10,000 to $15,000 pretty easily.
Easily.
You know,
and
so
instead
like,
they decide to do the middle finger.
Screw it, take it down so they can't get the info. But nah.
Yeah, it's. If Elyarchi came out and treated that video with the respect it deserves, we would be singing a different song right now. We would actually be praising them, because being able to sit back going, you know what, you're right, and I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to action the bits that I'm not strong with, builds character for the brand. It's not going to help the product. Even if you decide not to change anything, it builds the brand, and the brand is half the sale. It doesn't matter if you have a pill to cure cancer. If the pill to cure cancer is coming from cancer research creation industry, you're not going to trust it. So it's the same thing here. You build the brand on trust. That's what all brands are, is you trust the product is what they say it is.
Yep.
Listen to the people that are critical to you, that are being nice about it. Take them on board and learn and build a good product. Don't take a massive dump on your front lawn and just be there like, oh, I don't like this, so I'm going to cry to YouTube and get the video removed and make your life hell. That is bad.
I mean, Luke is saying we're here to be compared to. That's the kind of company that I want to support.
Yep.
And I will tell you, we don't recommend that you ever support Kickstarters. Luke's will be the first one that will change that tune for me. I mean, I didn't know you here. I didn't know you back then.
I see how it is.
I didn't know you back then.
You go from the middle of the list to the bottom of the list now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Maybe. All the things I want to say to you reveal too much information that we're keeping.
I know.
You are a piece of crap. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. I think.
Oh,
you better get that reference.
It's Monty Python, of course I do.
I'll say, as a Brit, if you
I'm a Brit.
That,
come on. I've used that insult. It's funny because the younger generation don't get it.
Damn kids on my lawn. Terrible. Get off my lawn. But yeah, look, as a small business, whether you're big, small, whatever, you have so much you can learn from those who are being critical in a professional way. If people are being critical in a mean way, you don't need to learn from them. But if you happen to notice the same thing over and over and over again, it might be time to, make a change. It's good. Same old change. I can take Grant's place, Jacob.
Probably do a bad job, to be fair.
Shane does know how to test machines. Shane does know how to test machines. That I can promise you, Shane is very good at testing machines. So I that one, 100% can agree there. 13-year-old knows that quote. Well, that's good. Well, look, we hit our 3-hour mark.
There we go. Woohoo!
So
another 3-hour stream. Let's go.
Yeah.
And even this time, we only had 2 topics to talk about.
I will say, if there should be an extra podcast next week. If it is 3 hours long, we are screwed. And we're gonna piss a lot of people off if that is a 3-hour show.
Yep.
And then the Mother's Day special hopefully will also not be a very long show, but I think you all will enjoy them very much. Please make sure you get subscribed. Stay till after the outro, because that's when we do our filament giveaway. If you haven't entered, that's your warning to enter.
Yep.
Jacob, you wanna...
Happily. So as Doug
tell
says,
off on this one?
Thank you so much for joining us on the Construct 3D podcast, because I own Grant now. But remember to stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. Make sure to call out things when you see it. And as always, keep making awesome. Have fun all.
All right. We're still live. Yeah, we're still live, but we are no
One of these days I'll set up a proper lighting setup so I can go full after dark with an underglow and everything.
I mean, with the hardware upgrades you're getting, I don't think it's going to matter. It does such a good job in low light.
I'm looking forward to it.
Everyone is saying that this is no longer, this is now a Construct 3D podcast. Nomad's Galaxy saying Construct and Printed Solid podcast. Because apparently I'm owned by Printed Solid.
Oh,
here.
See, this is how you do marketing.
Here, you want to see how owned I am by Printed Solid? Oh, pull just a little bit further. It's hard to see.
Oh, we can almost see it. You need to point with your finger.
I gotta find where the camera is. Oh God, it's so. All right, there's all the Jesse dogs.
There you go.
Oh, this is very difficult. The Jesse dogs are over there. Okay, the Jesse dogs are over there. Oh God. They're not all done. They're not all done. I'm getting seasick. Yeah, well, I'm trying. If you follow and subscribe to Construct 3D podcast, peeps.
So is this class as a hostile takeover?
No, you haven't bought
You
anything.
you invited me into your podcast as a co-host, and eventually I'm just going to slowly cannibalize 3D Musketeers into the Construct 3D channel.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, gotta love it. What do we get away with?
Everything. Everything. All right, let me turn off the form.
The Construct 3D Discord is really cool. Got loads of awesome people there. And you can join the Construct 3D Discord for the $10 tier or higher. It's just got a wrong name at the moment. Just a clever. You can ignore that.
It's a clerical error. Yeah, okay, clerical error. Yeah, you know what, that checks out, really. Oh
Oh,
my
Shane with
gosh.
the a hostile takeover takes some effort. Jacob basically just rolled over Grant with no effort.
Oh, wait, Shane's saying I'm a pushover? I mean, I was pushover when I had my cane. Not a
Oh,
pushover now. That was a
oh,
joke
that's
because it was easy to
brilliant.
push me over. Let me make sure they did the math right. Giving away a spool of filament. GP3D. Hey, that's my initials. If you're here, you win a roll. And we'll see if they're here. Actually, let me just see if I can tag him. Nope, they're not here. So I
Oh,
guess they don't
Matrix
win.
saying I don't have the accent to Ron. I'm really happy you've said that
Yeah, because it's a Lord
because,
lecture.
well, in the UK, I've got one of the worst accents. Like this is like rated one of the worst accents in the entire
Do you
of the UK.
really?
Yeah, the Midlands have one of the lowest like popularity accents going.
Huh.
Yeah,
Weird.
which is really funny.
Let me see. Gotta find the name. It's funny. I have a shorter list now because it's a new month, so the list starts over. And it's still hard for me to find the names. Guys, there's a math question. All right, I gotta respin.
Yes, Doug, Birmingham has a worse accent. I will give you that.
All right.
Anyone from Birmingham, please put in the comments that your accent is worth it
Oh,
because then it gives us money.
hey,
Oh,
hey, Chad Kreider, you win a roll. So just, I don't know, DM me on Discord or something. Um, let's see. Who just replied? Not on 54, 1 mile north of Home Depot on Hilton Road. Hilton Road. I don't know that one. Oh, that's in. I don't know that one. I go to the one in Zephyr Hills or Wesley Chapel. I don't know what town they're technically in. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Anyways, Home Depot stuff. Let's see. Oh my gosh, everyone giving me stuff. All right, we're gonna go now. My mind is soup. I have soup on the brain. Today is not a soup day. It is way too warm to be a soup day. Um,
oh.
let's go. Let's go raid Steve Builds. He is refreshing a Prusa Mini. I think you
Oh
all
my!
will enjoy
Somebody
that.
just said I can posh rant. No, this is not a posh accent at all. Don't even degrade me to that level. My accent is awful. You will learn eventually. There's a reason this is the worst rated accent in most of the UK.
I mean, our female viewership has gone up on this podcast since you joined.
Oh, has it gone from 1 to 2?
No, we've actually always had a pretty high. Uh, we were always in like the 4s, but now we're closer to 6.
Oh, hit me up.
All right, we're out of here. And on that
Oh.
note, we will see you guys later. And let's go hang out with Steve. Take
Go
care,
have some
y'all.
fun, guys.